Here we go. We are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Life and Times of Tyrone E. Wilson. Shortly, I'll be joined by my other panelists, your favorite panel. We're going to have Fernando, Lex, Paul, maybe P-Funk, the homie's going to show up. But before they do, I just want to let y'all know, if y'all been following me, you know that I'm probably... well, not probably. I am a little over a week into my second caretaker journey. Some days are good, some days are bad, but today is a day. And we're here. So with that, I'm going to celebrate a little bit the fact that we are here and we do have the time to spend precious time with family, friends, folks that will be on the panel. P-Funk, good to see you, Paul. And the audience in the chat that has been joining us. This is the very last episode of Ready to Love Detroit. We got the finale part 2. And I just want to thank y'all. I'm in a really good mood tonight. And I might even go out after this. Who knows? What up, Fernando?
What up? How you doing, fellas?
What's going on, Fernando? Hey, I'm here to mess your good mood up, man.
No, it's all good, man. Give me a second. Just give me one more second. We do got some good things in store. I do have some content coming for y'all. Some mental health content tomorrow and this Saturday. I mean, not this Saturday. This Sunday. Be on the lookout. Stay tuned because we're going to have a one-on-one interview with Ashante.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Going to have a one-on-one with Ashante. I'm working things out with Vince as well. And all of the cast members, I do ask them if they want a one-on-one or with a panel. I like the panel idea, fellas. Remember I did the mental health with the fellas one time for y'all season. I do like that. I do want to start getting some of the folks together to have these mental health discussions as a group. Also, anyone in the chat that would want to make that happen, let me know. We did start the community section of the YouTube page for those that are into like comments, extra tidbits of advice and of information that we may give out on the side. It'll be in the community section. It's basically group discussion, but for YouTube. Have y'all seen that before?
No, I have seen the communities before.
Yeah. There's a community section. So introduce yourselves, man. Good to see y'all.
Good, Fernando.
Yo, Fernando. Hey, bro, I'm fresh from the UK, so I got my UK fit today, isn't it? Yeah, man. But Fernando, Ready to Love Potomac, man. It's blessed to be here once again. Yo, part 2, our last panel for Detroit, man. Let's get it.
Yeah. Hey, and Paul said he about to bring our day down. I wonder what that's about.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Bust some bubbles.
No, I'm not going to do that at all. So I just wanted to introduce myself as Paul from Potomac, a.k.a. P.O., a.k.a. the delivery man, a.k.a. all that kid. I do want to say something, though, before we start this episode.
Oh, my gosh.
You're good. You can throw it up, but you won't need it this time.
Okay.
Now, I just wanted to take a moment to talk directly to the cast that was in Detroit. So I know you guys came on the show and you didn't know what to expect. I think some of you probably honestly wanted to see what it was, see what kind of relationship you could get out of this or try something different, right? So I do want to just say, contrary to what you probably thought you were getting into, it didn't air out on television the same way that you envisioned it to. And that's just something that, goes with the biz. And so, you guys, as disappointing as some of you guys may have gotten, edited and things like that, just move past it. Like, the season's over. You did your reunion and all that stuff. It's time to, look past this and get back to regular life. And it will come. It's going to take some time, and, before you start feeling normal again, because the spotlight and all that other stuff, it can get heavy. So, just live your life and, and get back to being you. Let's go.
Fernando, something you wanted to say? I just want to make sure I ain't forget nothing.
No. I mean, listen,
I ain't forget you.
Yeah. This is being a part of this process. It tests you, and to make it through this far, I mean, the job is done, man. It's a year ago for y'all. It's old, so don't get mad seeing stuff that you dealt with a year ago. Don't get upset about some old stuff, bro. Like that should go, man. 15 minutes to get towards the end. Yeah, I mean, now to go ahead and live your life. Go find your love. Go find your woman. Go find your person. Go find your happiness. Go find your peace, man. Like that TV shit is done, man. Let it go. It's all right.
Yes.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for y'all.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. I'm sure you already know.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a brutally honest. This is gonna be the most honest panel input that I ever do or that I've ever done. It's gonna be just keep it a buck.
For sure. This is where we start. This is where we left off last time.
Don't take it personal, y'all. Don't take it personal.
Yeah. No V. We ain't got no volume. All I hear is ice cubes, Ty. That's it.
What? Dang.
Yeah.
I'm slipping already, huh?
It's all good.
All right. This should work. Give me a thumbs up, Paul.
As soon as I found out something that wasn't right, I removed myself.
You had something with Vince?
Yes. It's as high as it could get.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't know about.
That's not cool.
I see a future with me because your future isn't this right.
Wow.
Let's say that. He wants to be a provider, but if you cannot do those things, then that makes you feel inadequate. You shouldn't have met my family. You shouldn't have met my children. And you had a girlfriend. What? After you took my phone and blocked your girlfriend, what? Because you're still in a relationship or your mother is in a relationship with her. Let's make this make sense. I went back and said, who's this girl? And you said, I don't know her. Baby, my discerning God loved me too much. Oh, don't wow me, baby. I'm not lying. I'm not a liar. You went to that phone and blocked the girl. You blocked her from my phone? It's still blocked. One thing I'm not is a liar. You said, I don't know who that is. 24 hours later, you said, I'm sorry for lying to you. I just didn't want to have to deal with that.
That's a lie.
Come on. Come on, Bello. Come on, Bello. That's too much detailed information right there, bro.
Yeah, bro. And then, but see, here's my thing too. And I'm talking about what's her name, Dom. Shouldn't even have to try to convince him that you are telling the truth, because that's what it seemed like in that moment. She's going back. Yes, you did, because You were in the same relationship. You knew what it was. You don't have to convince him. You say what you had to say, and leave him and let him air himself out to dry.
Yeah.
But by her over talking and going on and going hard and it let him off the hook.
Yeah, unfortunately, it do make it look like, you know what? I can't even say the word.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the A word, but we know what you're getting at. Just say what it is. Yeah. Let it be done. Let the audience figure it out.
Yeah. Because, ultimately, it strengthened him a little bit. Like in that moment, it made it look like, see, she's just going off on a tangent. and that could be the editing too.
Let's keep going. Oh, my bad.
Was not to cut you down. Before you cut me off, I said I was in a vacuum with just me and you. And then what made me come to the realization that we were not in alignment on a number of things is when I spoke to family and other people. I looked at it from a bird's eye view. And let's make this clear, because you said if I can't provide or all these kind of things. Have you, hold on a second, hold on.
Let him, Dom.
Hold up a
Let's
second.
let him finish.
Let me finish. Dominique, in our relationship, have you ever felt that I was not providing or doing anything that you needed me to do? Let's just be real. Because I think we've gone to maybe 20 or 30 dinners, and I can say confidently, there's not one time that you had to pull out your purse.
Why would I? You didn't ask me to.
Well, you just put into question.
Okay. Clearly, I can't show it all, but that wasn't a good look.
Well, there was some invalidation there, right? She invalidated, and see, this is what I mean. I've been seeing this happening with this Detroit season consistently. You know, not everybody, but it's been very consistent with a lot of people where they have a lot of emotional immaturity, right? You know, they get in their feelings, and then they, you know, kind of turn into somebody else, right? Whatever. He said, we went to dinner 20, 30 times, right? And not once have I asked you to pay for it. Now, instead of saying, you're absolutely right, and I appreciate that, it was, well, you didn't ask me to. So that's just invalidating, you know, the fact that this man did do that. I mean, you know, given the fact that he may have, obviously, he probably had another girlfriend in the cut, that still, you know, doesn't give you the right to invalidate him like that.
Yeah. The more I listened to him, the more, you know, I kind of came to the conclusion that I guess the only thing that he technically did wrong was the timing of it all. And I feel like as an adult, you should also have those discussions like in your head first. Like, am I supposed to move forward? I know meeting family, friends, kids is a huge deal. You know, you should be able to take yourself out of that quote unquote vacuum that he said that he was in because it was feeling good to him at that moment, and be an adult, be mature enough to think about what the consequences could be for meeting someone's family and being able to make that decision before you decide to move forward with something as serious as that. You know, that I do agree with her with.
Yeah, I mean,
in that process, it forced you to meet somebody fast. Being a family part of the process within those weeks. So naturally, you want to meet somebody's family within the first 2 months of talking to them. So being in this process, fortunately that happened. So once he got got back to himself and got back talking to his own family and trying to reset the whole situation, it didn't work for him.
Yeah, but he said 20 to 30 dinners. You don't need 20 to 30 dinners to figure that out.
That's true. But I mean, damn, I'm gonna keep it 100,000. I ain't never took nobody out to no 30 dinners in that little bit of ass time. So I'm just saying, because I mean, 20 or 30 dinners, that's like, damn, there ain't but what, 52 weeks in a year? Like, and then it's been like damn near, I guess, every night.
Yeah.
She got kids. I know she know how to cook.
He said $600, 2 to 3 times a week.
Feed her and the kids.
Yeah. I mean, wow. And he said $600 every week?
Twice, 2 to 3 times.
$1,200, $3,200, $3,600 a month just for food. I hope they was eating big ass lobsters and fillets and all. You know what I mean? Because if you was getting, I mean, damn, I don't even know if I ever had $3,200 worth of, you know,
Costco.
Yeah.
$3,200 worth of woman, you know, a month.
Chill, yeah, chill.
Stop, man.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know, I guess, you know, women make you do something crazy. I don't know.
Let's put it on for real. 30 dates like that? Come on, like double 2 dates a day?
I mean, damn it. So you spend 10 bands. You could have bought real cattle with that. You know what I mean? Real cattle. And
yeah.
Deposit on the property. Deposit on the property or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Y'all's crazy, man. I mean, know,
but see, is that healthy? I'm not talking about healthy physically. Is that healthy in a relationship? Because you start, like, he has resentment for that, clearly. Yeah. Because when you count a total, right? When you total it up, you keep in score. Damn, this is the 30th time I took her ass out. You know, here we go. Now another $600.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's resentment. So my thing is, from a relationship standpoint, is it healthy to do that? No, it's not. You should be able to get to know each other, you know, outside of the dinner table. So that tells me that they're not spending no quality time getting to really know each other and get down to, you know, do we really mesh well? So to answer your question, does it take 30 dinners? Probably, because you're not really getting to know somebody from a, you know, emotional perspective. You're just sitting across the table and you're having conversation.
Yeah, like there's minimal substance, minimal reflecting on the conversations and what's going on in the future. And you know, they always say whatever pace you start at is the pace you got to continue.
Yeah.
So even if he was to fall off to one dinner a week, it's gonna feel wrong.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You know, when you start, you know, you start out $600, and then next thing you know, you at the Golden Corral and you getting a lobster package. You feel me?
Can we do the 2 for 20? Can we do 2 for 20? Can you do that no more? You can try that this time.
Let me see if I could get a good explanation.
Feel inadequate. You shouldn't have met my family. You shouldn't have met my.
Not there.
This girl, and you said I don't know her, baby. My discerning God loved me too much. Oh, don't wow me, baby. I'm not lying. I'm not a liar. You went to that phone and blocked the girl. You blocked her from my phone. It's still blocked. One thing I'm not is a liar. You said I don't know who that is. 24 hours later, you said I'm sorry for lying to you. I just didn't want to have to deal with that.
That's a lie. I want to speak on a bunch of things. One of the things that I was very intentive in doing.
We saw that already, right?
Realization that we were not in alignment on a number of things is when I spoke to family and other people. I looked at it from a bird's eye view, and let's make this clear, because you said if I can't provide or all these kind of things. Hold on.
Like you could be my man because I was manifesting what I deserved. And what I deserved was a good man. When I look at you, I thought that's what you were to me. And that's what we could be together. So I didn't care that you were having whatever issues. I was like, you gonna get through it. Like, you want to be all those things, but when you cannot do it, it will become a roadblock. So now you're putting that on me. And I didn't feel like that was fair.
Lauren, I think you got a lot to say.
I don't know what Lauren had to say about this, but I remember getting to this point, and I was like, was he praying? Did he start the woo-saw in the middle of the conversation?
He probably did. And I mean, I do want to say this though, you know, and I mean, no, I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say this. I'm just calling it how I see it on the show. And so there's two things that must accompany each other in a moment like this on Dom's end, right? And that is Dom looks very, very classy and has carried herself in a very, very classy way throughout the show, right? We saw that. But in this particular interaction right here, there was no class at all, you know, in terms of her language, her demeanor, shouting and all of that stuff, not really being articulate, which she has been throughout the whole process. So I think, there was like she had that build up and just came out with the gun and just started, all over the place, and it didn't really come off very well for her. And I'll be honest, given what we know about Bello now, he's actually the villain in this, and he looks like, they kind of switch spots.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what's unfortunate about situations like this, especially when your emotions, get the best of you, and you want to say your piece, you want to keep it cute, but like there's a whole bunch of things that you're feeling at this moment. But to your point, like you said, like if she keeps it classy, say her piece, you could kill him. You could really, really kill him that way and make him look like trash without getting emotional. I'm not saying that that's easy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I know you want to jump across the couch. There's a lot of things you probably want to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Ladies in the chat, how would y'all have handled this?
I mean, it makes me it looks wild when I think about this, because given, the fact that Bello is now married, and, obviously that girlfriend statement had to have been true to some degree, unless he just, just fell into a wedding, and then just said, okay, I do. And then they, carted off. Other than that, so that being said, it's like, it's not fair to Dominique's process, because she did, however, open up, put him around her kids, which is a no-no, for in my book anyway. People do what they do, you move how you move, but she, brought him to her home, had him at the house, they were out with the kids. These kids don't know, they're thinking like, mom got somebody, and that's unfair if you go to that length only to break up with her on Christmas Eve. The kids is probably thinking that you coming over with some gifts and shit, and here it is, you got the gift of disappearance. Not cool.
Then add on, and then like to add on like the salt in the wound, whether it's before or after, that's wearing the same fit from the wedding is crazy, bro. And so now you just like, come on, like I already know you had the girl, but now to see the pictures after the fact, and you wearing the same fit, it's like, dang,
yeah, because people gonna do the research. People was putting two and two together. People was looking at the timestamps on the pictures, finding other groups, finding other forums where the pictures is posted.
They had a 2 buy one get one on that shit. And probably was like, you know what? I'm gonna get 2 of these.
So there was a comment about both of them being dishonest. How y'all feel about that?
Both of who?
Bello and Dom being dishonest.
Well, what was Dom's dishonesty coming? What was that at? Did I miss that?
Yeah, it wasn't explained. I'm trying to find a comment right now. But yeah. But I didn't.
I'm sorry.
Right, I didn't really see the dishonesty in her. Maybe at a subconscious level where she saw, I think from the beginning we saw Dom had the ability to see, what's the word that we used? Financial stability. I don't want to say money, right? But she saw that there was some financial stability there. And I think we also said that she's got a good eye for it, considering she has been in that life for a while. And maybe there was a subconscious reason that she kind of moved towards Bello.
Yeah, I just want. I mean, can the world, somebody in the world, in the audience, I mean, TV land, like, can somebody please just explain to me why is it that automatically, right? Automatically, women think that men should just, you know, accompany them and take care of everything just because they showed up. Like, where's the, like, I need to understand the value that I get from doing what I'm doing. I'm going to do what I do. Like, this is what I do. Is I'm going to do my thing. But please explain to me, what value do I get out of doing all of this other stuff? Like, like paying, like keeping the lights on, and making sure the water's hot and the grass is cut and all this other shit. What do we get out of this as men? What do we get other than the fact to say, oh yeah, I'm with you, like, because I could be with anybody. Like, what I mean? If you're going to do all of that, you should be able to be with anybody. I just need to know. Help me understand, how does this work? Is it transactional? Like, is there some, do I get something? Is there a grand prize? Or do you work your way towards that? I just need to know. I don't understand. Help me.
Oh, just like you got to keep paying and paying and paying towards this thing where it's like, what am I getting out of it? So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I think sometimes it's like, I want to know, like, have you earned what I'm doing? Like 20, 30 dates, and Bello said he's paying towards the bills. So Bello doing all this for you. Are you still just making oxtails and that's it? Like, what else is going on? You keep putting out.
Yes.
To be clear.
Yes.
To be clear, I know what I'm getting from my woman. It's not transactional for me like it may be with Paul. What up, Lex?
Hey, y'all. I wasn't even going to come on.
Man,
and I was looking.
Yeah.
Huh?
Your ass on.
We said so.
Look, I wasn't going to come on, right? And I was looking for the comment section because Paul just plucked the nerve.
You knew it was coming.
I was getting there.
And find the comments to save my life. I was like, you know what? I ain't even going to say nothing. I'm just going to watch. Instead,
yeah, I'm gonna triggered you.
Yeah. So I wish your sister was on right now. I haven't seen her, but
who did?
I know what I would get from my lady. It doesn't, even if I'm paying for stuff, like I know, like my love language is different. Basically, your presence is more than enough for me. Your presence and my peace. So
right. That's what it's supposed to be. Stone cold Paul with no heart. Don't need nobody.
So basically, just having some, like, so it's like a statue then. Like, you just have
No, it's not. No, it's not.
As long as it looks good and it's present, it's worth, doing whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen? Hold on, Ty. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Baby, one day you going to fall so hard, your face going to crack. You going to meet this woman that's going to take your breath away. And then you're going to be like, oh, I remember February 10th when I was talking shit about a statue.
Right.
Is that for Ty or Savage? Because it can't be for me.
It had to be something. It had to be something, Paul. You got twins. Twins. I wonder what that relationship was like.
I mean, I was 19 at the time too.
Okay.
No, he just cold-hearted right now.
No, the problem. I think the problem is that, I've been with enough women of all different types. So now it's like, okay, I done had all this shit. Now what?
I'm over here crying. I can't stand him.
I'm just saying, it's like,
can I put you on the couch real quick?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, he needed.
Let me calm down a little bit because you done riled up my inside. So I don't.
Yeah. Let me play a clip. Go ahead.
All right, Paul. So It's going to get a little personal. If I get too personal, just stop me. But okay. So, were you raised by your mother?
I was raised by 2 parents.
Your parents were married?
Yes.
So, same mother, same father in the household for how long until you left the house?
40 years.
They still married right now?
In death.
Wow. Okay. And you, how many siblings you got? Because I know one of your sisters is on the
Yeah, I got 6 total. There's 6 of us total.
So your parents were together for 40 years and produced 6 children.
Pretty much.
And I know you have some sort of Jamaican background. What's the Jamaican background?
You know, it's you know, it's in there.
Is it blood from whose side?
Dad's.
From dad's side. You ever spent time in Jamaica?
Really?
I mean, I'm trying to run background because I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? Because the way that you behave, like if in all honesty, like if a therapist won't talk to you, the way that you behave, you do not act like the child that come from a 2-parent household. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of it, you like, well, they've been together for 40 years and produced 6 children, and still, yeah, you don't know the value of a woman. So
No,
of course, I gotta be like, well, wait a minute, something else must have happened in your childhood.
No, it's not. No, it ain't. It has nothing to do with childhood. It has to do with this. In life, you know, I realized the value of life. Right now, and this is in my book. So when you guys get into the book, you know, you'll see all of this. But I'll make this briefly and quickly. In life, when you lose the people around you that you care so much for, right? Like my mom and everybody, like they're gone. So I don't give up. I'm out here, like, you know what I mean? I don't care, like the you know what I mean? So that's where all of that goes to. Now when my mom and them was alive, you know what I mean? I had stuff, you know what I mean? But that just flushed that down the toilet.
Okay,
yeah, we need
have
to
heard
hang
that.
out more. Yeah, we need to hang out more, Paul.
Why? You trying to get him to rub off on you, Ty?
No, not at all. You know.
Okay.
I
You
get
gonna
it.
rub off on him?
I get it. I understand it. Not my thing, but I understand.
Yeah.
I understand it too, but what I don't understand is that they gave you 40 years of seeing a loving couple. Why wouldn't you try to emulate that?
Let me just, I'll say this and then we'll get back on the TV land.
Okay.
So this is what I'll say. It's like if you go to a forest, like say like me and you was like, yo, meet me at the forest, man. We're gonna, you know what I mean? We're gonna have some drinks and we just gonna chill and laugh and talk about this Ready to Love stuff. And I say, okay, I meet you in this forest. And then we out there, and the next thing you know, I'll be like, yo, go grab some wood. And I got the keys to the boat and everything else that we got there on. And you come back with the wood and I'm not there. And it's just you, right? And you're stuck there. What you gonna do? Are you gonna sit there and cry? I'm like, oh, I'm here. Or are you just gonna like, man, fuck it, I'm here. I gotta figure out what I'm doing.
I'm gonna build the fire.
Exactly. So that's what I do. I'm building fires and I'm doing whatever I want to do. I don't have to roll.
But that don't mean if another person walk into the forest, that don't mean I'm not going to invite them to sit by my fire.
But they ain't going. But if they ain't showing up, you know they ain't coming there because the boat's gone.
Paul you got some things to work on, Paul.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you, it's way more interesting than the second episode of that reunion. So thank you for that.
Maybe we'll get it after dark.
Get the book. Get the book.
The shot afterwards. The shot at the reunion afterwards. Okay.
Get the book. Yeah, get the book.
All right, so sorry, y'all. Hey, y'all, it's your girl Lex Royal here. Just want to say hi to everybody. Shout out to Fernando. Got a birthday coming up tomorrow.
I made sure to get a lot of screenshots of people's faces too.
Man.
He said, you lying.
Girl,
You took my phone and blocked your girlfriend. And then 24 hours later, he says, I'm sorry. I didn't want to address the situation. Why are we blocking a girl from my page, from seeing my page?
Your ex is going to need to be blocked from you. Are you still with her?
Oh, yep.
Well, my mom loves her.
Is your mom in? You? Is she run your day?
That's why I said what I said. Is your mom with her or are you with her? Because I'm confused. You blocked her from my page. And who's lying? Because you did it.
You're on him.
The thing is crazy is I was trying really hard not to say anything negative about her. When I went for dinner with her and her 3 daughters, just the dinner was $600. If I'm going for a $600 dinner 3 times a week, and I'm giving money towards bills, what am I not doing with Dominique? There's a lot of things that I didn't take into account. She can't have kids. And my religion was an issue with her father. So as we started to unravel the onion, it didn't have as much promise for future potential as it did in the beginning.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah, I'm not cool with that can't have kids comment, because that's something you can discuss in the first couple dates. I think you can make a decision off that early.
All right.
So
Let me go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
So what I was going to say is, we knew from the door about the religion thing, right? We knew that. They cut the camera. They only, they made it very brief, but we knew there was some turmoil with that. He knew that, and she knew that, Dom. And Dom even said, oh, but it's my daddy, but my father or whatever, but my father's word don't matter. It's what I say, whatever. So they knew that they were entering this form of turmoil right there. And they still went for it. He was wrong for pursuing something, knowing that, first off, you're Muslim. You knew this was going to be a point of contention. You know what I mean? You're going to be in this woman's family or try to be in a family. You already knew this stuff. You had a prerequisite at the date. So there's that. And then, you have the other part of talking about being able to have the kids and all of that stuff. Well, why you laying with somebody that, what it is. Like, he was like, oh, you can't have kids? Oh, that's even better. Or you don't want no kids? That's even better. In his eyes, because he knew he had his woman.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you the math that I gathered on that, right? I look at it like, when you sit down and you think about a person, you have to look at the type of person, who they are first. To me, most Nigerians, most Africans, period, most of anybody right now is all about their money. You know what I mean? Where back in the day, people used to think about relationships and stuff. It was always, I felt this, I felt that. And you will have somebody that feels like that if they are trying to soothe the pain, meaning that they looking for almost like a trauma bond or somebody to help them heal, or they going through some kind of pain. So that's who they might pick. But when you have a person who is probably solid, don't have those things, or is avoidant like you, they might turn around now. That was a jab, Paul. But they might turn around and just be thinking about business, and they thinking about their finances. So if he look at it like, well, okay, I'm making my money and she got her money, so we put it together. Now it's no more about love. It's this new thing where people want to become a power couple. So he probably sat down and did math like, okay, we could become a power couple. I do got this one child and she got her children. So maybe we might try for one, because she was saying something about miscarriages, whatever. So even if she could give me one, maybe my son, I might rock with it, because at least I'm achieving other things. But then when you sit down and you think about it and you like, wait a minute, she want to go out and spend $600 3 times for the week, not for the month. She want to go $600 meals for the week, right? There's no power in that. There's no money in that. There's no logic in that, because now you telling me I'm taking out you plus 3 grown daughters. Like for real, Bello was at the age where he could date the daughters and date the mother. You know what I'm saying? But here he got the mother where she can't even have, she's basically aged out. Like, let's be for real. Yeah, she might have kids, but there's a chance of autism or Benjamin Button. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it real. But then on top of it, you ain't even got no bread. But then on top of that, you don't even have the intelligence to say, well, okay, we going to stack, we going to build, okay, what if we go out one time for the week? Like, we just met. So if you just met and you going out 3 times for the week, and then usually when you meet a woman, whatever you do in the beginning, she gonna want you to keep it up, because as soon as you stop, she gonna turn around and throw that shit in your face. Like, well, in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? So when you sit down and you do the math, and on top of it, I can't even really, have the amount of children that I probably want to have, knowing their background too. Muslims have a lot of kids. Africans have a lot of kids. He's still at the prime age, but then you aging me out, plus eating my money up, plus I gotta, no, that's a lot. And it did come out in the background. She work at the mall. Like, the money that they said that she used to have, she don't have. So I think he's seeing all of these things and he's doing it. And to be honest with you, I'm not making an excuse for him. We just make it. It's just logical. You know what I'm saying? Like, she still want to live that baller life, but she herself by herself isn't really living the baller life. And then from my understanding, it was some kind of thing with her brother, like trying to get some money so they could put it together, and then maybe that would have probably built some family wealth, but then that fell through too. So it's kind of like, do you buy the new car or the used car?
So time out then. So she was working at the mall?
Yeah, she's working at the mall. She got a stocking line, but she don't have she doesn't, I think she has all of the things, and this is not a jab. This is not, I'm not disrespecting Dom in any way. I don't want anybody to think it's hate. It's none of that. But I think that she still has the things from the baller life, meaning, like, say you got the house and you got the cars and stuff like that, but you don't have the actual income coming in. The kids is older now, so child support done stopped, alimony probably done stopped. You know what I'm saying? So now you still got to make money. So yeah, she's working at a mall.
Oh, doing what?
I was selling cosmetics or something. I don't know. I ain't really get all into it.
Do we know if it's her own space? Because I was just going to make that comment, because it can be expensive if you got your own space at the mall.
The way, huh?
So if she's selling her own products, then that's a little different than just working as a cashier at the mall.
Nah, I don't think that was the case.
Like her working at Foot Locker, you know what I mean? Besides
her product is the stockings. I didn't see or hear of any other product. And the way that they made it seem, again, I'm getting it secondhand because I don't watch the interviews and none of that stuff. But a couple of times it came out, and I talked to people and they said that yes, she does work at the mall, and no, they didn't make it seem like it was her own store or nothing. It's like working at Ulta or some shit. I don't know. Maybe she do makeup or something. I don't know. I ain't dig all into it. But I think, when you have a business person, when you put that into consideration, then on top of it, you want to be an expense. Like, those things really don't add up. So even if she...
What does Bello do for a living? I'm sorry.
He's supposed to be doing real estate, but if you let her tell it, he don't have the money that she have either. But you have some people where you could be a millionaire on paper and don't really have the money, so I don't really know if he has.
That's what I was going to say. Liquid versus, assets is a whole different thing. And I mean, I'm sure that, just think about it. Everybody's cash value, I think, on this panel, is pretty high if you're talking about assets. You might fuck around, Tyrone might fuck around and have $20 million in assets and 100
get them girls
100 bands in the bank. That doesn't mean he's broke just because he only got 100. If he say I'm worth $20 million,
right?
You just showed me a balance of 100. You know what I mean?
Right. But women too, a lot of times
available to the count or not. Because you have assets don't mean you got money. You know what I'm saying?
Just so we clear, I'm putting it in right now. I'm broke.
Don't call that stuff down on yourself. But you know what? Sometimes you have women that like to say men don't have money just because they can't give her the lifestyle that she wants. You know what I mean? So
sometimes men, we can give the lifestyle. We don't want to, though, because we may not find that type of value in you to be doing that. You understand what I'm saying? And like, you know, like when I was married and I had my ex-wife, she did not work. I worked 2 jobs. One job for me, the other job was to give her money for being at home. That was her money. You know what I'm saying? I did that. Would I do that for somebody you know, that I met that, you know, I liked or whatever? Hell no. But it takes you have to earn that type of value to be taken care of in that way. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody, it should not just be automatic. Oh, I showed up, I'm a woman and I look good, I'm automatically entitled to X, Y, and Z. You could not here, but you could be somewhere else.
And I think one difference too is like us had 20, 30 dates.
Oh my God.
Point out.
No.
What happened?
No. Like, I think me and Paul just disagree on
everything.
What he just said you disagree with?
He seems to have a monetary number that he puts on the value of a woman.
No, it's not. No, I didn't know. That's not what I said. I said, because remember, it's not the monetary value, but it's the stuff that I have to go through to make the money that I make. I have to put a lot of stuff at risk, right? And I got to eat what I'm killing out here. And so for me to put myself on the line in that way and just hand that over to somebody with no merit, who has to do nothing but consume that, you have to be able to be in position. You have to be valuable enough to take that from me. So just like nobody can tell you what you go through every day to make $1, right? A homeless man on the street might go through, you know, the flames to come up with $20. That $20 to me might not be shit. But he went through some shit to go get that money, and now you think he's just going to give it to somebody just because they showed up? Fuck no. So that's what I'm saying. It's not monetarily valued. It's the fact that I've worked all my life to get here, and now I'm here. And all of the shit that I had to go through to get here, to get to this place, and just to give it to somebody that has no worth or no value, that's crazy.
Right. Okay, so sorry, real quick, I'm gonna just run through some of the comments real quick. So they said that the store is like a high-end store, that she works there. She complains about the boss and the other workers, so it's not her store. Somebody said that the brother helps take care of her financially. So now that she has a man, the brother was expecting for the man to now take over those finances. Let's see. Somebody want Ty number so they could get his bank account information. Let me see. Bello said, yeah, I read that. He could afford her, just not her and her ready-made family and his new baby and the new family that he wants to build without her. Yeah, that's a lot, you know. She should have took it easy. Like a lot of these women, and it's funny because I really gave what's her name? I gave Dom some props because I really thought Dom was going to play the long game. And the long game is that you do not turn around and start off with those $600 meals for you and your 3 daughters 3 times a week. Like, what happened to them pink oxtails? Like, I'm just saying. That's all I got.
Hold on there. Pink oxtails, though?
You ain't see the oxtails that she cooked? Those was pink. He was like Jamaican, his favorite food. I like that never looked like a Jamaican oxtail I ever seen yet. But you know.
They didn't even storm down.
All I'm gonna say is like, I hear Paul's point, right? Because you work hard for the bread, and a lot of times they call us a simp for giving the bread out. So we gotta stand on business. We gotta make sure that we actually get something out of the situation because we put so much into it. To not get something out of it is a waste of our time and our efforts. And I think for like Bello's point, when he said 20, 30 dates, and he was like, no, pull out your purse. And she was like, I shouldn't have to. Yeah, you shouldn't have to, but it hurt if you did sometimes. Every once in a while. Pay for one of the dates just to show some love. Like, I appreciate being out with somebody. I'll take them out on the date. We order whatever we order, and the bill come, and she say, I got it. Because I done got the last 15, 20 of them. You grab one, I'm gonna get 10, 20 more just because you did that shit. You know what I mean? It just shows a little bit of reciprocation, a little bit of like, you know what? All you're doing for me is my energy towards like this brings it out of me. I want to show you that I actually care for you too. I appreciate what you're doing. I got this bill. So if she had did that, it would have made him probably realize that she was actually worth the effort. But her taking it as, you owe me this money, like, why I gotta work for it? Man, fuck that, yo. We don't want that shit. We don't want it.
Right, that part.
So let me just chime in really, really quick. Yes, I was at a point in my life and in my career, 25, 30 years, where I said to myself, why did I work this hard just to possibly split half of it with a woman, right? And then as I matured, I started to realize that maybe I'm around women that I don't want to split that with. Maybe I need to switch the game up a little bit. So moving forward, I realized that my time is important, and I simply, all the stuff that Paul is saying out loud, I would just keep to myself and say, I do not want to waste my time. Therefore, I started not wasting my time. I realized early if it's going to work or if it's not going to work, if it's going to be something that I want to spend my time on, and then I make that decision early. So I get it, Paul, like there's things that you do not want to waste your money, your time, your hard-earned effort on, especially once you get to a point where, like for Bello, when I think about the money that he spent, and I'm like, damn, if you were to invest that $1,800 a week, for those 90 days, we could have had some bread, especially if we stacked it on top of what we already have. Once you start learning about compound interest, you don't even want to do dinner. You know what I mean? Now you're mad that she wants to spend money on dinner and not do something else, So
sorry.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, like in relationships, I've always been the provider. And in any relationship that I've been in, would I allow my wife, my woman, my better half to pay for anything? Absolutely not. However, you don't get to just be in that space just because we just met and just because we're getting to know each other. Because getting to know you means I'm getting to know what I like and what I don't like about you. And if I want to ultimately, pursue a life with you, or if I want to pursue one without you. And so when Bello is saying this vacuum and all of this other stuff that he's in, and he's spending, $600 and all of this stuff, this is the type of vetting that you should have done before you got to that space. You don't just, spend and then regret later. Spend now, regret later. Is let me get to know you, and then let's figure this thing out. And if we go there, the sky's the limit. Not, putting the cart before the horse.
Right. And I'm going to say this too, right? It's so funny how a lot of women want to bash Bello, right? But nobody even asks, why the hell is her daughters at the dinner? Why they keep going out with the daughters? Like, okay, maybe the one time a meet and greet, but for real, when they was on the show, she brought everybody over to her house and she cooked. Why the hell you ain't cooking now when your kids is around? And then when you want to go private and have private time, then we go out. Like, why is these kids keep coming? Like, I don't understand. They 30 years old.
My response to that would be the same thing that we would say to the women, because he allowed it.
You know what? I mean, I really think that he probably got into a place where it's like he just didn't even know what to do, because how do you tell a woman like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, why you keep bringing your grown ass kids to me?
Well, let me stop you right there and say this. He knew exactly what was going on, and he participated. He was culpable in this whole failure because he had a girlfriend. He had a wife or whatever that he was ready to be married to. And so if you're doing all of this stuff, and why are you taking from the family that you are about to have, right, to pour into something that you're about to walk away from on Christmas Eve? You knew this. He knew this. he knew when they left the show that this ain't going nowhere fast, but I'm gonna fuck with it a little bit.
But you know what?
So he enjoyed it while he could. Come on, all right. Let's say what it is, right? He had a girl the whole time, right? He had a girlfriend, potential wife, about to be a wife. He tried to process to see how it worked. Or I'm gonna have some fun in the meantime, between time, until 2025 hit. Because he worked with her on the 24th of December, before the new year started. Saved his money on the Christmas gifts, but he got the buns, he got the fun, he had a good time, tried to get a loan, didn't get the loan. It's all good. Let it go. Got his new wife now, got a little young baby, got a new life. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But in between that time, tried to have some fun with Dom, it didn't work out.
Let me throw another scenario in there. What about the man that's with a woman for like 10 years and don't never marry her, meet a woman in 3 months, he marry her?
Well,
I think that's on the woman. We talk about this a lot. That's on the woman. You are allowing that man to stay there.
Right, but the point that I'm making though is that suppose he had the girl, but he was like, maybe he wanted to see if there was something better. Don't act like men don't do it.
Give that man the ultimatum.
Right.
Give him the ultimatum. Either make him stay or walk away.
That's not the point I'm making. You said,
I know what you're saying. She's saying this. She's saying this to us. She's saying, men will, I have a woman for 10 years, but then that don't work out, and I just get with somebody that I just met and knew him for 3 months and then walk them down the aisle. I get that. I'm gonna tell you what that's from though. What happens in those circumstances is they're in these 10-year relationships that has totally fizzled out, right? And then it's totally placemaker. So she's just standing there, just being a placemaker until the next person comes along. So believe me, if he's been with somebody for 10 years and then left and hopped onto somebody for that he met for 3 months, it was just him, probably sampling different women throughout the years to get to the one that he wanted while you hung in there. Because obviously a woman should be demanding, first off, after 10 years, there should be demands that we move this relationship either forward or we move away from it. And so when a woman allows that type of freedom for a man to sit there and be poised in a 10-year relationship, you think that he's not marrying you because he can't afford the ring, or is it because you're making the opportunity for him to not be there?
Yeah. He don't have to. And what I was getting at was that the second woman is definitely letting it be known that she not waiting 10 years. So he has to pull the trigger.
Right, that's fine. I mean, but I think some women move you differently too. Some women make you want to lock it down. No, they say sometimes a man know instantly, or he know in the first 6 months. So, but one thing that I got from Bello too, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like Bello had two sides to him. I think that he had his traditional side, but then he got outside. Like outside mean when you kind of like in the American culture and you want the shiny stuff and you want that life that you see on TV and the basketball wives and things of that nature. And I think that's kind of what Dom was giving him. And he probably thought that he could operate there until he really experienced it and realized that it really ain't for him.
I mean, it's just like,
I feel
his culture, his family, that African, tradition, he came only veer for so far from it. He came back home, you know what I mean? He came back to what he knows, what he believes in, and what his family wants from him. And unfortunately, Dom had to, be the casualty in that situation. It's collateral damage.
Right. Essentially, the ROI is not a positive for me no more.
Right. I think she was wilding with all them see-through dresses too. Talking about you trying to marry a Muslim man. He'd have been the biggest fool, but I don't even know. Anyway, I'm in enough trouble. I ain't saying nothing.
Imagine how that wedding will look.
Huh?
I said, imagine how that wedding will look.
I know. That'd be crazy.
They don't support that. They don't support that man, especially with an American and a non-Muslim American at that. Come on now.
But one that you have some of them that kind of like adapt to it, but she wasn't even trying. Hey, dress was see-through. I don't know if you seen that dress with the hands all over it.
Yeah, we did. I wasn't peeking that much. All right, here we go, y'all.
You think you'd have been a little bit more patient with Devon? Because you wanted him to lock you down immediately.
Yeah, so we have talked post-show, and I feel like he has now reverted back to what I started to experience at the end of the show, and I just think he's full of 2 weeks.
How am I full?
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell everybody. So after the show ended, we have hung out several times since the filming has ended. Not saying, I don't know. I was talking, but like, it was hard for me to come back from feeling like he picked somebody else over me, and he was sitting there like for these past couple since filming. Oh, I realized that they actually weren't my person, and I just watched. You were telling multiple people that they were your top, so I just don't appreciate you telling me, making me feel like I'm crazy. Other people in this experience
Nicole emptying the clip.
you would not be interested in me, and I don't believe anything that you said.
Every time that we've hung,
they're digging in his ass.
Was they?
Yeah.
Devon, bro, you got rolled over, my guy.
Yeah, I think he just got called out. I think he could have just owned up to it. He's still trying to explain it in his own little way with the timing and all that stuff like Vince did. When he could have just owned up to it, ended it, and been done with it.
That part.
Yeah. And I think we heard and even towards the end, and yeah, I definitely did get the faces.
but there's been a lot of times where I thought you were running, and I said so. Yeah.
But in his mind, are y'all dating or are y'all just friends that are hanging out?
Yes, and I asked him that question directly. He wanted to try to date, but like throughout other conversations, like we're just not compatible. I asked him, was he pro-black? He did not say yes. I asked him if he voted for Kamala. The answer was no.
Actually, I literally did say yes.
You sent a voice note. That is a black and white question. You said he's an all lives matter person.
I am not. What
he
the?
is an all. I am pro-woman. I said, are you pro-black? He sent a voice note back.
I did.
Did you say yes?
Yes, that was literally the first thing I did.
He said I'm pro-human. A lot is happening in the country. A lot is affecting me as an educator. A lot is affecting people that I care about. So
I think it's just tit for tat that they're just going back.
Whoa, hang on. There's no dating, but there's not even a friendship now. Is that where we are?
I feel like asking me that in this very heated moment is probably not a wise decision.
Damn.
Yeah. So another thing, while I was watching this, I was looking at Channon's reaction. Like maybe something there with Channon and Devon that we just didn't get to the bottom of.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice that.
I'm trying to understand Nicole's demeanor and why is she such a firecracker. And it's like, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. It's like she wanted somebody to just validate her, right? Like she was, went out with Devon and went out with Vince after the thing, was, messed up over Ed. And I'm just like, I'm trying to get where this is coming. Like, I don't know. It just don't. I don't know. I wish I was in Dr. Hogan's interviews to see what was going on with everybody on there.
I think we explained it a few weeks ago, where you get to a point and you say to yourself, I'm leaving here with something. And that's what it felt like. And that's what it felt like for a lot of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving here with something.
I mean, and it's what kills me is that again is the emotional immaturity showing up. And I thought I was hoodwinked by this season because I thought, okay, they got some brothers and sisters on there that are given that grown-up feel, that grown-up vibe or whatever, and there wasn't going to be any immature stuff going on. And I'm like, damn, here it is. Yeah. I mean, to live wire out and not be, to just come out here and start targeting people, it's crazy.
Was there a lot of sexing on y'all season?
On ours? Not in under the cameras, I guess.
Not to disagree. Like they like everybody like ooh,
Yeah.
The quiet ones, the loud ones.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was putting a chocolate in
the tickle and the pickle.
Yeah. Everybody was dunking their cookies in the milk.
I'm glad y'all noticed that. Because it seemed like I don't know if everybody notices that. I don't think the women really realize what these women be doing all the time, where they just feel like they just want a body. Like they don't care who, huh?
Yeah, they was getting active on that. You could tell just by the smooching. Like Devon, how he leaned in for a smooch. I'm like, damn, bro, you ain't even been on TV for 5 minutes. You trying to smooch already? Then what?
She was rubbing her finger across his lip. What you thought? He like, oh, you activated.
No one says that. She rubbed his lip, her finger on his lip. So he was like, okay, bet. Next move.
I mean,
don't do that. Don't rub a man's lip and they try to kiss you afterwards.
But you know what? If he didn't activate for a kiss or whatever, then they would have been like, oh, he funny. He this, he that. You know what I'm saying? So he got activated.
They said that anyway. No, with no activation or not.
I don't know. He got activated. I think that's a plus.
Mm-hmm. They say apply pressure. But then when you apply pressure, they just don't want the pressure from you.
I mean, I have never seen one Ready to Love season where so many people was out there smooching. Like, you don't put your, like, man, I'm like, man, get your face from in front of me. I don't know what your mouth been at last night. First off.
That Miami season was on it, though. That Miami season.
Was they kissing that much in Miami?
No.
I know they was.
It was Mercedes' season.
Yeah, but that was just two smooches. Everybody was trying to get it.
Yeah, everybody in this season kissed.
It was like, yeah, kissing was like handshaking.
I thought that made Detroit very loving. I thought that made Detroit very loving.
Loving, huh?
If there was one thing that I got from this, it was towards the end where I think I got everyone's faces too, where something had come out where Devon said Channon was for the streets. She gave him a look. She gave him this
told me he didn't like your values. He told me she was for the streets. He like why he didn't like everybody. I don't even like, and that's why this is crazy to me. Maybe it was in one.
And then another thing, Ed's response to Ashante touching him. He's like, girl.
That's why this is
He's like, girl, don't be touching me like that.
One of y'all spats where y'all was
Oh,
like,
it probably was when she sent that unhinged
But that
text.
shows a lot.
I'm
Like
sorry.
you do that.
You know what?
I'm about to come unhinged. Listen, it's time to a break. When we return, we're diving into the drama when what happened in.
No, she's pissed.
Yeah, she is.
And she's looking at the side eye.
She said in front of the streets.
Talking.
She don't look surprised. She looked more like mad. Like,
yes, it looks. I'm gonna try to find it, but it looks like she's saying, "I can't believe you would say that." Like she knows something.
Yeah, she side-eyed
about him.
Yeah, she side-eyed the shit out of him. She looking like,
yeah.
And Vince is happy as hell. He's off the hot seat.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Nicole?
And then even then he couldn't own up to it. He's like, "Did I say that?"
Oh,
yeah,
hold on.
bruh.
Did she swing the wig though? She swung that wig over.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
so it was right here. Right, ready? Here we go.
God, get me out of here.
I was for the streets. That's what you said to Nicole? That's
I don't know.
crazy.
Did I?
You.
She said, "Fuck you." Something was going on there.
Hold on. Now, see, hold on.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Now, let's just talk. Let's unpack how this happened. She said, "You said I'm for the streets." Oh, that's crazy. Not, motherfucking well ain't for nobody for no goddamn streets. Blah 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 blah. So it's like, oh, you told on me. You knew something about me and you told. Why would you tell on me?
Here we go. We'll hear it again.
I was for the streets. That's what you said to Nicole? That's
I don't know.
crazy.
Did I?
You.
The look of disappointment. That wasn't the look. That wasn't the look of anger. It was. I'm disappointed that in
What
you
up?
from saying that.
What up, Vince? No, we gonna get to you, bruh.
Vince in the comments.
Oh, that's Vince.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think that's Vince. No, we gonna get to you. We
Hey,
not
hold
done.
on, man. Hey, hold on. Well, let me just pause. Let me pause and talk to Vince directly. Vince, you need to get your ass on this panel, bro. You need to talk to us, bro. Like we need answers, my guy. We need answers. Get your ass on the screen.
Bro. I'm proud of it. You did good, my boy. You did good. Yes, sir.
The first question would be, was it everything I dreamed of? But Vince was vindicated technically.
Yeah, pretty much.
He only been with Nicole technically because Lauren said he ain't sniffed nothing. So
come on. Let's stick a pin.
Hey, I'm taking her word.
Vince,
hold on.
Trust women, right?
Vince
hold
was being a demon.
Hold on. Let's stick a pin real quick. Can we deal with Devon thing and then go to Vince?
Yeah. Okay,
we'll go to Vince later.
All right. So wait, I'm trying to get permission for something.
Damn.
All right. Okay. Boom. Here we go. I got my permission. I had to get my permission. So.
Hold up. Do I need to get? Yeah. Let me find Lex. I know I had one for Lex. I know I had one for Lex. Go ahead, Lex.
Because one thing I do, I speak in confidence, so I had to get permission for this. So the comment is of her being from it for the streets, right? This is what happened.
Oh shit.
They were on the phone talking. This is Devon and Shannon. They're on the phone and they're talking. And I think they were I think it might have been sexting or something. Like not sexting, but telephones, sex talk, whatever. And she says that she's really horny. She hasn't had sex in a week. And he was like, well, shit, we've been here for a month or two. So what now? So now, see, the thing with that is because I had put it in a group and I had addressed it differently, right, to see what people would say about it. And me personally, I feel like if you in this experiment that you should chill. Because you say, hold on. You say that you are ready for love. Now, is it normal? Like if I was to date a guy off of the street, I wouldn't think that he would stop doing whatever he was doing while we were dating. But if I'm convinced that I'm really on this show to find love, right? And I say this, and I'm saying this with all confidence, that some of the people from this cast were misled. They have never watched Ready to Love before. They did not understand the fuckery that come along with it. And they really thought they was going on a dating show and potentially finding somebody. Devon being one of those people. He really did like Shannon. He really was interested in Shannon. And when she said that, it was like a slap because it was like, what? And then she was just like, it was almost like, don't judge me. Like, I'm good with my sexuality, all this other stuff came along with it. You understand? So that's how come that came about. And he was in his feelings. He was hurt when he happened to mention it to Nicole, like, nah, she for the streets, because he was considering her. He was serious about her. He was invested in her. And then that came out. So that's where the whole for the streets thing came out. He says he don't really think she a whore. He don't know. But I mean, I guess he would have just expected different from that time frame,
So I'll say this. I'm not mad at Channon for doing whatever she was doing in between time and in the meantime, because I'm going to say about 80% of people across the whole entire Ready to Love platform had a pinch hitter while they was filming. Simple as that.
Right. That's the whole 80% that only went on there for fame.
No, not at all. It's maintenance, okay?
Maintenance. Maintenance. Maintenance.
That's my bet.
What?
Come on.
That's your what?
My place to lost some energy because I go through these dates, go through these conversations, all these other interviews. So at the end of the day, I want something to lay with and get my.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you didn't have any hands over there. I didn't know you didn't have any hands. I didn't know that you didn't have any self-control.
Call it what you want, sweetheart. It's 80% of us doing the same thing. So
right, the 80% who went on to get on TV.
Not at all.
Not in the 20%. Listen, the 20% be what you wasn't. You can't be looking for love and be sleeping with a bunch of people at the same time.
It's just maybe one pinch hitter. Is your
my appreciator? She right there. She on call. Stop it. Right. You put too much gravy on it, Lex. Like, don't do all that.
No, you had listen, you know what it is, right? And that's the part that I think that you guys need to realize and really need to pay attention to is that not everybody doesn't see it the same way. Everybody doesn't process it. To me, I feel like if you talking about love and marriage and you want to be serious with somebody, why can't you give me some time? Damn, how many weeks is y'all recording for? The shit only 4 weeks. What, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? How many weeks is it?
No, it's longer than that. It's like
like 8, almost 7, 8.
It's like 8 or so weeks.
Well, and then here go another thing. Even if you do it, damn it, don't tell me about it. Why the fuck she just told him that she had sex last week? That was stupid.
She didn't say she had sex last week.
She did so.
No, she said she hadn't had it in a week.
No. So if you said it's the same thing.
I had it in a week.
So last week. If we're gonna be honest, I was part of the 20%. I was focused, but my focus, I'm not gonna tell you when my focus started.
Well,
but not during the process.
And you know what? Right, Ty, that's a good thing.
The process.
Right, while you interviewing and stuff, have at it. But once you get on and you locked in or whatever, at least until you realize that the person may not be there for you. So if you during the process and you're like, okay, well, I don't like none of these people here, I'm gonna just go ahead and continue doing me. That's different.
But what if you feel like doing it right now and they not with it? Then what? What you supposed to do? Deny yourself the sweetness?
Use your hand.
You use your hands for staring.
Well, stare your ass into a nut.
Yo, Lex, you practice abstinence? You doing SRM?
I don't practice.
That's she SRM over there?
I don't practice abstinence. I practice self-control and discipline. So yeah, if I'm locked into you and I'm not going to be sleeping with somebody because I can't do that. I don't know about everybody else. I can't do that. I cannot be actively sleeping with somebody and turn around and I'm trying to be emotionally tied to somebody else. No, I'm gonna stop the person if it's just for sex, but that's different. I'm a woman. I understand men have different needs. You understand? But we also talking about these women that are highly emotional. You see, they all sporadic and you see how they act, but then at the same time, and you sleeping with somebody? Girl, you crazy.
So what they should do, and this is for anybody in Ready to Love going forward, if you if you're getting on that show and you watching this, you should say this to the women that you're dating on the show or the one that you're interested in the most. Hey, listen, I'd like to have sex. Now, is that okay with you if we did it? That way I could at least, keep it in
the
this
family.
Or should I just not do it with you and wait and then do what I've been doing?
I was fortunate enough to have a conversation with someone that I think he was on the very first Atlanta season, doing very well on YouTube and all that stuff now. His word of advice was don't have sex with nobody.
I agree.
You
Sorry,
mean
can I?
Nobody as in nobody, as in
He
just
said
nobody.
during the process, don't have sex with nobody because it's gonna affect a
It's
lot
gonna
of
mess things. Yes. Real quick, can I give Devin the link?
Sure.
Hell yeah, get his ass on here. Get your ass, get on here.
You trying to join right now?
I'm about to send him the stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We gonna make it a part. Now I gotta go pour. I might have to go pour something for real.
Because we about to play another clip.
No, discussion that needs to happen. You're either pro-black or you're not.
You misunderstood everything that I said. I'm not all for all lives matter. How did you get that from my
I think
message
we're
to
just
you?
gonna have to agree to disagree. I don't think we're gonna be on the same page about that.
Damn.
I was for the streets. That's what you said.
It still kills me every time.
That's crazy.
Did I?
That's crazy.
He said, I don't know. Did I? Yeah, bruh.
Hold on though. The fact that she just said that's crazy, and then swung
I
that.
think it was somebody else.
She swung her shit back. Boom.
I was for the streets. That's what you said to Nicole. That's crazy.
Did I?
See ya. You know what she said? You ain't getting none of this. You snitched. You ain't getting none of this.
Yeah, it felt like there was something there. You about to get something? Because I might need a.
Yes, sir.
I told you I was in a good mood.
Hey, love it.
Oh man. Lex.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, get your drink. What?
Bump it. It's the last episode.
Balls to the wall. What's up?
Anything can go. Hey, if Devin come on, I'm definitely putting him on though.
Yeah,
Any other cast too. If y'all hit me up on IG or something, we ain't gotta wait for the one-on-one. Come on up. Y'all done officially now. So shit.
Yeah. And guess what? When y'all contract is over, y'all can talk all that shit like me. I'm like, man, fuck Lighthearted, all that.
Let me see.
Y'all get to do that.
Let me make sure I ain't missed nothing in my notes about this little convo with Devin. Nope, that was it. I think the only thing I wanted to make sure I put out was do y'all think there was something going on with them? And did she give him that look like she knows something? It's almost like I can't believe
it's not butter.
That you let oh shit. Hold on. Devin, what's good, bro? Oh,
he came on and ran off. Oh, come on, man. Come on, bro. What's up with the pump fake?
Man. Oh man. Are y'all ready for Devin?
I'm ready.
Are y'all ready for Devin? When Devin come on here, if there's some questions that y'all want to put in the chat, we may not be able to address them all. Put them in the chat.
You coming?
Oh gosh. See, this is what happens when you have good relationships working in the background, Lex.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir. And I give everybody the same amount of respect, the same everything. It's all across the board. There's no bias, no matter what they say, how I post in the group or whatever. It'd be the same thing.
Oh, for sure.
Hello, mic check.
Yeah, what's good, Devin? How you doing, bro? Let me ask you the first question I want to ask, because I'll make sure that I ask this as everybody.
Whoa! Before you do that, you got to warm me up of where y'all are at, because I don't want to start.
Oh, we talking shit on you.
No. This has got nothing to do with nothing else. It's just my favorite question to ask. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, man. I appreciate that. 100%.
Okay.
Yes, welcome, brother.
You should.
Team.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Welcome to
welcome family. I've been around a lot of estrogen lately, so this is
Hey, you know what though? I want to tell you, man, thank you for your sacrificing yourself on television so that we could, for our enjoyment and for the fans' enjoyment, because without you, we couldn't have this situation right here. So welcome to the family, and thank you.
You're more than welcome. I'm glad I could amuse get amusement from my pain.
Overall, did you obtain any growth from the experience?
Oh, tons. Good. Yeah. It's like a minefield of learning opportunities. Yeah.
What would you do different?
What would I do different? Well, I wouldn't tell any girls they're my number one, for sure. That did not.
Yes, I think the phrase to use.
It's Devon too. It is. I see the chat. Yeah, it's Devon. People say
you are definitely one of my tops.
Balls.
But wait, doesn't production make you say that line?
No.
They don't.
No. They make us do the rankings, but not like. But that's in private, not like I'm talking about telling the women.
Oh, I thought they make you say it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
They don't.
So you think you're supposed to be? You think you're doing the right thing by letting them know where you stand, but sometimes it's not good all the time.
And I got doing it like I would. And see, that's a learning opportunity. So like, I mean, this isn't real life. You know, in real life, if you were dating multiple women, they wouldn't know about each other, and they certainly probably wouldn't be talking to each other. You know what I mean? So and I date all the time. So I wasn't trying to hide anything. And I feel like, you know, actually, in my opinion, I think the therapists that we saw in the beginning did the women a big disservice. No, I'm not being funny. I'm being real, because my therapist, because they make us meet with therapists before the show, right? Like, just real quick.
Was it Dr. Hogan?
I don't remember his name.
But it's just the guy with the questionnaire, though, right? Not for treatment.
Yeah, not for treatment. They just try to make sure you're not going to kill yourself. You know, essentially. I had a good dude that really like level set. He was like, you know, this is TV. You know, the show doesn't care about what happens to you. You might find love, you could, but that is not very likely. Just, you know, you know, level set. Just stay yourself. Don't get out of your. You know, he like really like he like, you know, gave it to me. And talking to the women, they did not get the same sort of primer.
Yeah.
So like going into it though, just sorry because that was a little caveat, but going into it, I feel like I just didn't understand that people have such disparate experiences with dating, and like weren't realistic about the process, because it's like a very short process. And it's like, I don't know you, like not even being funny, like I don't know you, you don't know me. We are getting to know each other. You know what I mean? This goal that you're all trying to aim for is not realistic. That's why the couples don't stay together. It's like, what? I mean, I'm sure 1 out of 100 times it will work, but it's just not enough. We not together enough to make a commitment to you. Not really, in my opinion. So anyway, yeah.
Well, I think RTL is officially batting 0.00 right now, right?
Yeah.
Couple of them
So
ended this week.
I got one question for you, Devon. Or is it Devon?
No, it's Devon. It's Devon.
Devon. Okay, Devon. All right. Here's my question.
No, I didn't get that. I think the ladies got that more than us.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Okay.
Every once in a while they would tell us tell us to do something, but it was mostly like logistical, not like.
So when you were at the what was it, did you go to meet the family or meet the parents' date or whatever, or friend?
The only one I did was meet the friends.
Meet the friend. Okay,
Yeah.
so did you leave early? Or did you
No.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? When you say
So when they said how they say, okay, all right, guys, I got something to do. Let me get out of here. Was that you or was
it's like in reverse order that they came. So I actually came, I think I was second and Bello was last. So we filtered out in the opposite order. So I think Cardi left first, then me, then Bello, in that, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And then my last question, or my not my last one, but a follow-up question. Do you and Steve have the same optometrist?
I don't know. I don't know. But that man, Steve he has a brand deal with Yes Glasses. I don't know if you've ever seen if you've come across his ads on Instagram or anything, but
okay.
He has a brand deal with them and had it before the show. So, because he does music and stuff.
That's what's up.
I don't. I pay for all mine.
And so, what do you do for a living, by the way?
I'm a project manager.
Okay.
At a university.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, sorry, I was catching up, going through the comments and stuff. Did we talk about the pro black comment? Because that was in the comments.
I did. I saw it, but I skipped it. I skipped over.
Okay, so Devon.
Let's just dive right into this. Yeah, let's dive back into the Channon date situation. The for the streets. Let's just talk. Let's just be real open and honest. So the for the street situation, right? What in that moment? Why do you think she got up and walked away from you after that comment? And then you was kind of stuck. Like it seemed like you didn't really want to fess up to that or whatever. But
no. See, yeah, that is the editing. Because what you have to understand is I was getting skewered. So they're showing you a little piece, but I was getting roasted. So I didn't even so I didn't hear it when Nicole said it the first time. Actually, I didn't hear it at all. Because my brain was random. So when she said it at the end, I was in shock because I said that to Nicole in private. I had no idea Nicole even knew. So when she asked me, I'm like, "What are you talking?" Or then it was like, "Oh, shit." So I'm like, "Did I say that?" I think that's literally what I said. It was like, "Did I?" Oh man, I did say that.
Well, what made you say that though to Nicole? Why did you tell her that?
So Nicole, okay, timeline is very important, I think, to give accurate context. So after the show had ended, this is after the regular show had ended and before the reunion, Nicole had reached out to me to start hanging out. On the show, she made it sound like we went on a bunch of dates. We went on one date. So, and it was like she reached out to me to hang out because we had a mutual friend that we found out during the show, to hang out with that friend as friends. And then during that dinner, her friend asked, like, "Well, why didn't y'all work out on the show?" And then we was like, we just, it was, I don't know why we didn't, And so we started talking like that, but we were never dating. You know what I mean? Like the one date we went on was the date that she told me she was fucking Vince or had fucked Vince. Not was fucking Vince.
Okay.
So it was like, and she was saying that she didn't, she wasn't sure if she wanted to date me. So we never even the way that she portrayed it is that oh, we went on a bunch of dates and we've been dating, and it's like, why are you lying like that? Why are you trying to paint this picture? Because it just wasn't true. It wasn't accurate.
Okay, so from a viewer perspective,
question. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, from a viewer's perspective, it looked like, you and her had something going on first, and then you had, because she flamed on you. Why was she so angry with you? Why did you catch that?
Well, I think she was just, so understand that in the context, you guys have been privy to the whole story, at the point that you see the reunion. You've seen the whole story, but we as the cast are seeing it for the first time in the reunion. So she knew I was, okay. And again, this context. Every time that they went to the ladies' lounge and she found out that I had connections with other ladies, she would send me a angry message and threaten to quit the show. It happened like twice. It happened on at least 2 occasions where she would go to the ladies' lounge, she would hear about her connection, and she'd be like, "You playing me, blah, blah, blah," and it will be, whoa. We in the dating show, like, what are we talking about? What is happening right now? And she'd go to the producers would, try to talk her off the ledge and tell me to talk her off the ledge, and we talk her off the ledge. So this was like not new behavior, but the veracity of it at the reunion. And before, she never lied. She wasn't like making stuff up. I mean, she was just in her feelings. And so, so on the reunion, it's honestly, it's like, I don't know why she went that hard. My thought is that she definitely saw me try to kiss Dominique for the first time, and that infuriated her,
Okay, so you said, all right, I just want to get into this, just dive into this just a little bit.
Before we do that, because I actually didn't address the question about Channon. And
okay, I'm sorry about that. Go
ahead. So Nicole had asked me during this middle period where we were talking, not dating, but literally on the phone or whatever. She said, why aren't you pursuing Channon or Dominique since the show's ended? And I flippantly said, I was like, Channon for the streets. So I can't do that. It's like, I'm not really interested in that. And it was flippant. I knew that Nicole and Channon were friends at the moment. I was just being sort of loose tongued. I didn't explain why I said that. It was just like a drive-by statement. I didn't know it would ever be repeated. I just said something thoughtlessly, and I shouldn't have said it. I should not have said that. But I mean, come on. Like, we're having a private conversation. I had no reason to think that she would take me that she would repeat that. That's not to say I should have said it, but it's like it was an accurate representation of how I felt. It just wasn't real. Like, I would, in real life, I would not put that on Channon, but that is how I felt. Does that make sense?
Right, I got you.
So in general, does it seem like Nicole was doing a lot of talking? As we see it as an audience, is that really true? You guys took it as well? She talked too much?
Wait, say that one more time.
Does Nicole talk too much in y'all opinion? Like on the reunion itself? We are all surprised at what she was saying.
Does she, like, are you asking me if she in general talks too much?
No, during the reunion itself, right? What you guys experienced there on set.
Oh, she was trying to murk my character. Like, she was like, she was trying to get me out of here 100%. Yeah, she was definitely purposefully doing that. Yeah, but she was very out of character, I think.
Gotcha.
So let me just ask you like a little deeper dive, right? Mm-hmm. Because she saw you try to kiss Dom on there. So at that point, did you guys truly have a connection? Like, were you talking to her, like, every day, calling her on the phone, texting her good morning?
That was the second mixer. We barely met each other. That literally was like the next day after the first time we met each other. So no.
So she was,
No.
but she was in her feelings about that. Because
Yeah.
because then, let me just set the stage up a little bit, just from a viewer's perspective. All right.
Yeah.
So you guys are at the reunion, right? And from the way it looks like you guys didn't really have too much going on romantically or whatever. Looked like she had a little bit of beef towards you, yada yada yada, that sort of thing, right? That's what I'm seeing as the viewer.
Yes.
So
Can I say
as you're
something?
in this process, though,
Mm.
as you're in this process, are you saying that you guys never had a romantic connection at any time during that process?
Oh no, I'm not saying that at all. We definitely
Okay, so you did have one later.
Yeah, even I'm just trying to get you squared away, because
here's what I'm getting at. Here's what I'm getting at. After let me ask you this. After you guys filmed, how long was it between the time of you wrapping the filming to the reunion? How much time was in that? How much time was
we
left?
wrapped in November, but I mean I didn't last all the way to the end, so maybe it was late October, early November, I can't remember, something like that. And then the reunion was in March.
Oh shit. So it was like
mid to late March.
So, and she was still in her feelings when she saw that, because when you guys were off the show, it was over.
So what I this is what I'm saying. I'll say, so let me just give you a little more context.
Okay.
Me and Nicole were talking the day before the reunion. I was supposed to take her to this charity function the Saturday after the reunion. We were on good terms.
Romantically?
Day.
Were you romantically or platonically?
It was like it was this weird gray area. I mean, it was, I would say it was more platonic than anything. I mean, she had told me, she was like,
so there was a gray area, but then there was Vince involved. So now what's going on with that? Because there's a lot of gaps that, you know what I mean, that needs to be filled just from that perspective.
Okay. Not really, because I'm grown, man. I be dating, and for me, it's like I was interested in getting to know Nicole more, and that's really it. We vibe, well, past tense, vibed as people. So I was just like, I'm an educator. She's an educator, and this was an education function. It was a work thing that I was like, yo, hey, why don't, if you're free, let's go. Let me take you to this thing. And it really is not. There's not anything more than that. We had conversations. I'm trying to think. Did we kiss? We might have kissed once. You know what I mean?
That's romantic.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's.
I'm saying during the show. I'm saying not during this entire time. Not during the after the show part. I'm just saying in our entire time knowing each other. And yes, we were romantic. We were definitely. She was like one of my top connections. That's why she went to my ex date. Right. But after she left the show, I was still talking to. Not to say, I mean, because I think I actually got kicked off like the next episode, or maybe it was 2 episodes from there. But I still had connections with Channon and Dominique, and so other things were happening. So by the time the show ended and she reached out to me, it had been months. I think that maybe happened in January.
So it could have gone either way, is what you're telling me. It could have either developed into something beyond platonic, or it could have stayed platonic, but depending on
neither of us knew. We was just like, I like spending time with this person. Let me see what they're talking about. And that's literally as far as it went.
So who were your true connections on this show? Like, because I know that sometimes they edit it out, they storyline it. So who did you really have real connections with?
It was who you saw. The only person that they didn't show was Ashante, but that happened later. and we were just getting to know each other. It was starting. I don't even want to bring her name into it because I feel like at this point, with everything that's gone on with me, she gonna look crazy, and so it don't matter. But you know, but I did feel like I connected with Ashante, and I felt like I really tried my best to get to know all of the girls. So we was all talking to each other, you know.
So was there more to that moment though? And this is my and I'll let everybody else chime in. I'm sorry, you know, I don't want to house the
I was about to say 60 minutes.
No, this is it. This is my last one. So was there more to that moment with you and Dom that made you, you did the pump fake kiss or whatever? So how did you, was there more to that moment? Did you think it was the right time? Like, was it because on TV, I thought she was going to go for it too. And then it was just like, that sort of thing. So was there more flirting? Because we just saw 5 minutes.
Yeah, of course. We were there all day. Yeah, we was there all day. So of course there's more. There's lots more. We spent a lot of time together that day. And yeah, we were really close. It was not the move, but not nearly as inappropriate as it looked on TV. It was not nearly as crazy as it.
I'm gonna tell you, it didn't look inappropriate. I thought it was going to. I saw the magic happening, but then they cut it, and then it was just like, wait, what? So I mean, and I know because I've been on dates where you film for an hour and a half. They get all of this conversation, and they only take the juicy parts. So I was trying to figure out.
We was there for like 12 hours. It was a whole day. It might have been longer than that.
12 hours.
At least it was probably longer than that. Probably longer because we got there really early in the morning, and it was definitely nighttime when we left. So, at least 12 hours.
Okay, my turn.
Okay, yeah. Okay, introducing Lex Royal.
Yo, Paul, I did not know you could interview like that, bruh. Damn, I started getting hot. Like, wait a minute. Let me not say the wrong thing. I ain't even answer. So, okay. So, out of the comments, that there are people that are in the group, and some people saw your video and some people missed it, but inquiring minds want to know exactly what was in the video that was shared. And apparently you must have did a live. Like, I don't know if you went live on Instagram or somewhere else, but there was some things that were said in the video that people are asking about. So I'll let you just share. We're not even going to interrupt you.
So what I shared in the video was a timeline. I feel like I gotta give a whole spiel because it was a whole spiel. The reason why I did it was because Channon was like threatening to like expose me, and I felt like I'm just the type of person I am. I just can't let anybody hold anything over my head. So it's just like, all right, okay, let me go ahead and show you something. So anyway, so that was really the impetus of why I made the video. But also because my name had been getting slandered for so long, I was just like, well, while I'm in here, let me correct some misnomers. And so that's what I did. And I just tried to give some context as to why I said I felt like Channon was for the streets when I said it. But part of that context is that I was wrong and I should not have said that. And I did not really think that, not with my mind. It was just based off of, it was an emotional thing. But not like, because I wasn't mad. It wasn't an angry thing. It was just like, it was flippant and it was dismissive of what had happened. And I shouldn't have said that to Channon. Nicole. And I really hate that it got out. Because I certainly would never have told anybody else that, or like said it in public or any of the other cast. So, yeah, go ahead.
So what about the other part? Do you want to get into that, or you want to leave it alone?
Yeah, we could totally talk about it. So the thing that she was holding against me, and I put some screenshots up on the video, was that during the show, I had confided in her and Nicole, separate occasions, separately, and I feel bad. I feel a little bad because Nicole really has nothing to do with this at this point. She's kind of catching some strays, but except that because we squashed all of this on the day of the reunion. At least me and Channon did. She apologized to me. I apologized to her. And we left. I'm not gonna say we were on great terms, but we had no anger at each other. So it's not. So the problem is about the threats now. You know what I mean? We were talking when this season premiered on television. Me and Channon were talking on the phone. We were texting. So it wasn't like I have not been holding anger for Channon this whole time. It's not like that. Or Nicole. And Nicole hasn't said anything since the show premiered that is really mad. But looking back on what happened on the show does make me angry all over again, because she definitely tried to assassinate my character. And so I don't really have any sympathy for that. But so what I told Channon and Nicole during the show was that I have a penile implant. It's from a congenital condition that I've had since I was a kid, and I got the implant, and I was just being, sharing, telling them that, and at appropriate times when we, in our intimate moments, and it was cool. Shannon's a nurse. Nicole, I trusted her at the time,
Right.
so.
You thought Channon was cool until she shared it with Mercedes.
Which I found out at the reunion when she said it in front of the cast, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god," like I was just like, I was stunned. But even then, and if Shannon's honest, talk to Channon. Like, I was not mad at Channon. I was mortified. I was more mortified at that Nicole said what I told her about Channon. And I just went after we got done filming, I just went over to her. I was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. I did say that. I shouldn't have said that to Nicole. That was totally wrong for that." And she was coming to me with the same energy, mortified about what Mercedes said. Now that I know better, like what her character is, I think it was more like, after she left me, she went to Mercedes and was like, "Girl, I can't believe you said that." Oh, shit. Like it was more of a laughing matter for her than really taking the weight of what she did. And I let her off the hook at the time. And, I wasn't mad at her at all, because when Mercedes said it, I was looking at her in the face, and Channon was just as shocked and mortified as I was that she said it. So, so yeah, the only part of this that is really relevant to now is her trying to hold it over my head, and I don't know what she was thinking, or why she thought she should talk to me in the way that she was, or like threatening me with revealing this. I have no idea why that was the case.
It almost seems that the women seem kind of different now, right? Like, you had the women, it seemed like they had personalities when you were taping and everything, and then now it's like you seeing something different. Like, you think they hurt or something?
I think they're protective of their image, and they feel like, and to be fair, the internet is way harder on the women on the show than the guys. I feel like, in a way, people don't care what's happened, what they say about guys. You know what I'm saying? But there's just so much more of it for the women. People have so much more to say about how they act, what they look like, what they're wearing, how much weight they've gained, that they're just so much more invested in them. I just think the volume is crazy, and maybe it got to her. I'm speculating. I don't know, but I will tell you again, when the show started airing, we were on speaking terms. You know, like we were good. We were good.
Right. Okay. I want to commend you for sharing that with us. I thank you. I think some people said that you might have shared it before, but thank you for sharing it here with us. Some people want to know what made you share it with the women? Like, even though you just met them and even though they seem nice, like what was it that you were so open about, or are you just open about it overall?
It's not a secret. It's just private. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I'm not trying to guard it with my life. Like, it's not that sort of thing. I don't have any shame about it. I trusted them.
Okay.
And I was vulnerable with them. And I don't regret it at all. I mean, knowing what I know now, of course I would act different, but knowing and feeling the way I felt then, I really, really felt a very strong connection with Channon in particular, and Nicole, enough where I felt like I wanted to share that. You weren't. I mean, I'm speaking to the public, like you weren't there, so you don't know. But I feel like these same people will come, because I always say the show is not long enough to really develop the sort of connection that people want to see. People will tell me 6 weeks is plenty of time. You should be able to find your wife and propose. But when I tell someone just a vulnerable detail about me, and halfway through the process, they're like, that was way too soon. You're like, okay, well, I mean, what are we doing? What are we talking about?
All right. I get it. So would you do it all over again? The whole process?
If it fell into my lap again, like literally someone came up to me and was like, yo, be on the show, I would, but I would never seek something like this out again.
Did you seek it out, or they found you?
They found me, my dating profile on Hinge, a
Oh,
agent.
okay. Did you have any luck on Hinge before the show?
Oh yeah, I've been on Hinge for a long time. I've dated lots on dating apps.
Okay.
Hinge got them. Yeah, you know what it is.
So are you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are you currently dating now?
I am. Yeah. I'm dating a young lady as we speak.
Okay. All right. Anybody got any other questions?
Hey man, I'll just say this, man. I like what you're doing with the beard. You know what I mean? Let it grow, let it flow. You know what I mean? It's a different look from the show. So yeah, you're amongst the bearded cast.
I see.
Yeah. So keep doing what you're doing with that. I had one more question for you. So did you research the show at all when you got on here?
I watched the first season.
Atlanta. Which was Atlanta?
Was it Atlanta? I thought it was
all of them.
Texas somewhere. Or was it?
Oh, okay. So then you watched the fourth season.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it was that. It was that. It wasn't.
Did you feel like, did you in your heart of hearts, did you say, I'm really going to go on here and I'm going to try to find my girl? I've tried other stuff. This would probably be a good look. Plus at the same time, I get a TV opportunity.
Bingo. Yeah. It wasn't very strategic. I was just like, oh shit, I'm about to be on a reality show. Oh, that's crazy. That was about the extent of it. And I thought, like, as part of that, I was like, oh, it's a dating show. I'm gonna get to meet a bunch of beautiful women. Maybe I'll find my wife on here. Because all my friends, look, I'm in a different space. Like none of my people watch this show. No, nobody's like, they're like, you about to go do a what? You crazy, man. I would never do that. So they're like, why would you do it? But for me, it was like, if I don't do it, I'm gonna be filled with regret. I'm always wonder, like, what would happen if I had won that show? Maybe my wife was on there. And I told it, and I couldn't. So it was just like I couldn't pass it up. So Yeah, I mean, I approached it with that in mind, but no, I was sincere, and I will say this for I think everyone on the cast, people be capping.
Mm-hmm.
People be capping. I mean, the people that you think they allow the audience to believe what they something when it benefits them. I think nearly everybody on the show was open to finding their person, was hoping to and open to finding their person, especially the women.
Mm-hmm.
I think, for various reasons, their defensive modes kicked in or they were protecting their image and all these other things. But from my experience with all the ladies, and I think if you talk to anybody on the cast, they will probably tell you that I spent more time trying to get to know all of the women on the show than anybody else. And I really do think that they were all sincere in wanting to find love. We might not like their approach or like what they were, the way they, like what exactly they were looking for, or what they wanted out of the process, but it was for them, it was genuine.
So there's something though that us as cast members, myself, Fernando, Ty, Phil, and even Lex, this is something that we don't really talk about. So I'm just wondering to get your perspective on how you deal with this. Is outside of the actual episodes. One thing that they don't prepare us for is public imagery, right? So like at the end of the day, when you go on the show, people notice you. They see you in public. They say, "Oh, you're that guy. I saw you on TV. Oh, can I take a picture with you?" Those sorts of things. And then at the same time, that can be a good thing because you get, a little bit of notoriety for whatever you're trying to do if you're trying to do something. But it also can be a bad thing because people, whisper and say, "Oh, that's that guy." Da, da, da. How do you deal with that? Like, I mean, does that, what's your process with that?
So far I've only had positive experiences in public. In fact, if anything, I feel like I'm rude sometimes because I've been like, "Hey, I'm working right now," like, or I had this woman approach. I was working at a bamboo. I don't know if y'all have bamboos where you are, but it's like a WeWork situation. And I was there doing some work, and she was like, "Oh, I recognize you from the show," but I'm like, I'm about to hop on a work call, so I'm like, "Hey, you know what? Yes, I'm that guy." But also, I can't tell. You know what I'm saying? And I feel bad because I'm like, I cut her off, and she probably thinks I'm a dick. But but other than that, I feel like be yourself, man. I think a lot of people don't know how much freedom comes in living out loud. Just living in your truth and just really embracing it. That's one of the reasons why I'm not like anxious about telling people about my implant, because it's like I have an implant. No matter if you know it or not, I still got one. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that makes you feel a way about me, then good, because I got an implant. You know what I mean? So it's like just living out loud, man. Like be the person you are. The unfortunate thing is that on the show, the perception of you is largely shaped by the edits and what they choose to show the public. And that can be unfortunate. But it's also like, that is what we signed up for. It comes with it. And I honestly don't think OWN did that bad of a job with, I won't speak for everybody, but at least my edits. Some context is missing, but I didn't feel like it was purposeful or like they were trying to make me look. I mean, sometimes they did try to like make me look crazy, but it wasn't. I didn't think it was so out of the, saying out of reality that I had to feel rage or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, my sister's going to kill me if I don't ask you this final question, and I'm sure the ladies in the room would like to know this as well. Why did you cut off the dreads?
It was just time for a change. Like,
and how long was that before the show, or was it how far before the show did you cut?
It was like 2 years before the show. I mean, well, maybe not. I think I think it was in 2023, so a year before the show.
Okay.
A year before I applied to get on the show. Yeah, I cut him off. I had him for 13 years. So it's funny because I feel like of course, everybody I met on the show is shocked to find out I have locks, but everybody in my life is still getting used to me not having locks. You know, like,
yeah,
I look weird now.
All right, so sorry, you had something else?
No, you good.
So there was a question, and I know these are my group members, I guess. I don't know. When you posted the video in the group, there was someone in there who snatched the video. And the question is, did you report a YouTube channel or something to that effect? Something about a YouTube channel, or let me see if I can get clarification on it.
Oh, I could just tell you.
Sure.
Yeah. It was this YouTuber named El Cid. Because she reached out to me through Instagram and was like, "Hey, saw the video. Would be really cool to have a mature conversation about it in our private members section." And I was like, okay, I was open to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to get it out there. I just took the video down because I wasn't sure. I didn't want the way I was talking to be associated with me forever on that, because I was a little lit, and I was talking a little more loose tongue than I would want forever associated with me. So I took it down after like a half hour. But my plans were to redo it and to put it back on a cleaner version back up on there. But so she reached out to me and was like, yeah, let's chat. Let's get you on my show. But then I saw that on her page, she had these images saying that the cast members were hosting book clubs. And that rubbed me the wrong way, because I looked on there and I was like, why is my face on this image of you hosting a book club? Like, I don't know you. I've never met you before. And she was like, oh, she was telling me it's a parody. And that's cool. That was whatever. Because there was no place, locations, or I was just worried about her using my name to make money, you know what I'm saying? And associating me with something. But then after that, I guess she took offense to me calling that out. And then she was like, well, this is a courtesy. I was just reaching out because I have the video and I'm going to put it up. So, you might as well come on and get ahead of it. And I was like, so when she said that, I thought she was saying that she was just going to recap the video. And I was like, no, go for it. Do your thug dizzle. I was like, what, just make sure you get the details right, because I do have a retainer. And then she was like, oh, I'm just going to use your video. And I was like, oh, you're going to use my video? I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that taken down immediately. I was like, why would you do that? Like, that's. And then she was like, well, because I said I wanted it out there. So if you just wait for me to do this clean version, I'll just send that to you. And she was like, I'm just going to bleep your curse words out, and I'm going to use what I got. And I was like, and she was like, and since you want it out there, I'm going to put it out there. And I was like, cool, bet. And deuces. And I made my move.
And I'm going to jump in here real quick, because just because the group is on Facebook and Facebook is a public forum, that group is not public. That's why you have that request to come in. So that lady grabbing that video, taking it out of a private group, I'm sure that there's some kind of rules or something against that as well. So she couldn't even begin to fight to say that it was public, So, I mean, I got a couple of detectives on the line. What y'all say, detectives? She would have been able to use that video from the group, and it's not a public group?
No, I would say definitely not. Like, if you have to have access granted to anything, then that content is off limits if it's not living in a public space.
Well, her name is El Cid on YouTube and Instagram, and
we not shouting her out. Oh. We don't care what her name is. We ain't shouting her out, And I ain't gonna lie. because of that, especially because of the blackmail and all of that, if I find out who she is, I would be removing her from the group ASAP. You know, I know that there's a lot of bloggers that are in there and they take out information and they use it for their show. You know, one, I mean, they already do it to me without even mentioning the group or any kind of consideration where they got it from. But then to do it to you and on top of it with a blackmail, like that's just totally disrespectful, you know? So yeah, if I find out who that is, she gotta go. So there it is. I think everybody wanted the answer to that. I don't know. They said that she's on Kojo's channel, Silver Haired Lady. She's very rude and overconfident. Interesting. I think it's worth a convo. Once you post anything online, you have to assume it's public forever. That does not take into consideration of a private group. But, you know, we could always talk about it. He authorized it in writing. You authorize what in writing? Do you know you authorize something in writing?
She talking about the Instagram chat?
I don't know.
I just told y'all what I said.
Somebody said you authorized it in writing. I don't know what that's about. He changed his mind. Nothing on the internet is private.
No, I mean,
right.
But
here, hold on. Let me. Can I?
I'm
maybe
sorry.
I should just share the chat with the group because y'all.
No. They don't need it. They don't need it. No, I'm for real because you know what? Like they're. I mean, one, your season is over. They're being excessive. You know what I'm saying? They wanted the information. We gave the information. I really don't care. Like I said, if I find out who it is, she got to get out the group. So it doesn't even matter from here on out. You know, it was disrespectful. And I don't understand how anybody is co-signing that when they realize that she's actually turned around trying to blackmail you with it as well. So none of it even matters. We don't need any pictures and we done on that. So thank you very much for sharing your truth. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you. I don't know if anybody. Ty, you got any questions? You're all quiet over there. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Ty's channel.
I did have one, but I was letting y'all cook. So if I was gonna ask anything, you know, we did hear some sentiments from the women about the guys saying one thing but doing another. But how were you able to navigate, you know, you having connections, telling the truth to your connections, and then trying to navigate the information flow of what's coming from the women, what's coming from the fellas, because I know y'all talk, compared to what you're talking about in your conversations? Because I know there's at least 1 or 2 dates where I feel like you were kind of blindsided by some information, and that led to you kind of changing what's a good phrase, your primary targets.
Which date are you talking about?
I want to say it's the date with Dom.
Well, that was I got kicked off that night. I mean, you know, like the night after.
No, but I feel like it was a date.
You have to understand. No, that's not. No, that actually didn't affect anything. I still like Dom after that, but Dom it was already kind of shifting. Actually, at that point, Channon was probably my number one. When Channon asked me on her date, she was probably my number one. I just wasn't going to say that because it had already gotten me in trouble. You know what I mean? Like I had already, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I'm not doing that because it changes. You're learning more. And that was after I found out what I found out about Channon. And so it wasn't even like I hadn't like dismissed her, but I was rearranging how I was perceiving these ladies. Like, so I really I hadn't decided yet. And here's what I'll say about that moment is that there's nothing I found out on that date that I didn't already know. Dominique was very honest. I knew who her number one was the whole time. It wasn't that was not an issue. So there was really nothing to hide. It was just a bad date. It was really bad. Like this is one of the few times I think TV made it look better than it was. It was real bad, y'all. It was real bad. So I had a bad date, but the reality is that we were getting to the point where you have to choose. You know what I mean? And so I don't know if Bello would have had to mess up in a really significant way, I think, for me to be in that number one spot for Dom. And that just didn't happen and probably wasn't going to happen. So I think any way it went, I was probably going to be going home. You know what I mean? Or, that's how I see it. And that's the right thing to do. That is what should have happened. You know what I mean? I was not mad at Dominique or Channon or for me leaving the show. It was just like this was the time for the strongest connections to stand out. And that wasn't me. So did I answer your question?
You did. It's cool. You did. But I too want to commend you. Before we miss out on anything, I do want to commend you for speaking your truth. I was in a position where I disclosed some information about myself, literally on my first date, because I did not think it was anything negative, and it actually got me to even start this YouTube channel about mental health. So I applaud you.
Can I ask what it was?
For that. On my very first date, I disclosed that I was diagnosed with PTSD. And people got on me. People got on me for saying, "Why would you disclose that on a date?" So I felt like
that ain't even man.
Yeah, because I didn't feel like it was a negative, and then I also felt like, well, if this is the worst thing you're gonna find out about me, I'd much rather put it out there right now so you could decide what you want to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
I might have done the same thing. Yeah, we in the same boat. I didn't know that I need to protect myself like that on these shows.
But we are, Lexus, if anyone had any questions.
Wait, I got another question. Do you think that you would have been able to afford Dom in those $600 dates?
Absolutely
3 times a week?
This is something Dom and I had a conversation over the phone where I was like, yo, I make $72,000 a year. I work in education. What does that mean to you? And she got so mad at me for having the gall to ask the question. And I'm like, it's a reasonable question. The reason I'm open about it is because I work in education. You could just, like, our salaries are public. You can just look at my name, salary, University of Michigan, it's going to pop up. So it's like, it's not a secret. Okay. This is what I'm rocking with. Can you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? And it was a big, it was this mercurial moment that I saw Don. I was like, oh, why are you blowing up on me? I'm not trying to insinuate nothing, but it's a valid question. You have a different lifestyle.
Very real question.
Yeah, so no. The answer is emphatic no. So yeah.
Okay.
I got.
We're about to be really messy, huh? Would it have taken you 20 dates? Let me stop.
No, man. No.
I got one question for Devin, though. So, being the process done now, you've seen what people have posted, you've seen the show air, you've seen the audience, how editing has presented you. Is there anything you would have done differently in hindsight, seeing what they presented and seeing what the audience has said about you, seeing the comments and everything else after the fact?
I mean, of course, when you know better, you do better. So if I knew what I knew now, I would move differently for sure. But I don't have any regrets. No. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have said, the girls are somebody's my number one. I think I would have picked a different wardrobe for sure. I think I would also picked a different barber. Because let me tell you, these haircuts, bro, I was like, yeah, like that was very unfortunate. Also, the way they had me positioned in some of them, like the breakup date with Channon when I was in that chair looking crazy. Pause. I was like, yo, why didn't no producer tell me to? Because it was like,
you had an arch. You had an arch.
Yo,
you had an arch.
Man. So that I would definitely change. You know what I'm saying? Like that was very unfortunate. That was very unfortunate.
And just so you know, that's strategy for them. The show actually uses that as a strategy to build the character that they want you to portray. So they use certain angles and things like that just to further carry out the story or the narrative that they're trying to paint. I know you can't talk shit on OWN and all the rest of them, because your contract, but I do that, because I don't have no contract. So I talk shit on them.
Well, let me say to their props, I feel like there was a number of things that were done and said that they chose not to air, that they could have aired, that were inappropriate, and not just my shit. I'm talking about other people's stuff that they decided to take out that would have been certainly made good TV, and they decided not to run with that. And I feel like it's easy to criticize them, and they deserve it for some stuff. I get it 100%. I'm not giving them no bail money. I just do want to say it also was not as bad as they could have been. They did show some moral decorum, whatever you want to say, in several regards, where they whether it's protecting castmates or just they're afraid of the liability or what, I don't know. But either way, they did the right thing on a number of things, I think, that they'll never get credit for, so there's that.
Yeah, no doubt.
One more question.
You talk about this right here?
Yeah, you gonna bring up the picture? Yeah, we had to see that.
I'm saying, Tyrone. Excuse him. He been drinking.
Bro. Hey, Tyrone is Tyrone
That's petty, yo.
That was extremely unfortunate. I was like, oh man, going down bad.
Devin, real quick. Devon, sorry. If you were at the getaway, whose room would you sleep in?
My own. See, I had wisened up by that point. See, I had already had my, when we was at Dom's house, that date at Dominique's house, one of the funniest exchanges was like Christina and Dominique. Well, I won't even say Christina was like very territorial, and she was like, if you let her make your plate, we're done. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit, like and so Dom was trying to make my plate. She was like, I'll make your plate, don't worry about it. And I was like, I'll make my own plate. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and take that from you. I was, yeah. It was an experience.
Hey man, I will say this before you get out of here, or if you're hanging around or whatever, I don't know, but I want to say this. I'm so glad, like when I saw you on the first mixer, and then I was so glad when you came to that second mixer and you brought that shit. I was like, okay, that's what the fuck I'm talking about right there. Don't hold back. Like, you know what I mean? You came off like the mob. I ain't gonna lie. At first I was like, oh man, come on, man. They
you want to know
this.
what? Let me tell you something. What's funny about that is I kind of feel like I didn't do anything but put on a jacket. I will say that I came in with more. I had worked out that morning. I was feeling better. You know what I'm saying? I guess maybe I got a haircut. I don't know. I really feel like I was mostly the same. The outfit that was picked was better. Let me put the emphasis on that was picked part.
Right.
Was
listen,
better.
You ain't telling me nothing because I already know you got to send the outfits in, and they pick it based off of the character they want you to play.
Yeah,
that's what I'm. Yeah, I'll say that. But no, I mean, you came in, your confidence level was.
I'm just reading the comments. I'm sorry, that was. I didn't eat the oxtails. Actually, I don't believe I ate them, so I can't even comment.
Sorry, when you came in that second mixer though, your whole confidence level, everything, your swag, you came in like a G. I was like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. I was happy to see that though.
You know what it was? Actually, I'm as you're talking, I'm remembering a little bit of where I was mentally. In my mind, I had already been kicked off the show, right? And I felt like, well, I guess the fear of it's kind of like being a comedian and getting booed off stage. Once it happens to you once, you're like, oh, that's the worst that could happen, right? So it's like that fear had been lifted. When me and Richie left that night, he was very, very, he was very upset, And I was trying to talk him down, like, yo, man, it's it's cool, but we, it is what it is. We'll be all right. And he was pissed. I remember that moment thinking like I am not angry. I'm just, I don't feel the same way. This energy you got, I don't have. In fact, I felt a little relief. Mm-hmm. So when we came into the second mixer, I felt light. I wasn't like afraid of getting kicked off the show again. I was shocked that I was there the first time, and I was pretty sure I wasn't going to be there the second time. So I was just like, yo, I'm just about to have fun. But what you see later on in that second mixer is definitely the alcohol. Like, we was lit. When I tell you we was there for 12 hours, it was 12 hours with an open bar. By the time I'm kissing Dominique, I am several sheets to the wind. Like,
so just so you know, it wasn't a you thing. Ready to Love, what they do is they have you there on an empty ass stomach.
Oh, I know.
For 12 hours, and all they feed you is alcohol, so you can be off.
They fed us good. They fed us good that day too. They had good eats too.
They feed you. They feed you after you all effed up. You know what I mean? And they get everything out of you. And they feed you the last 2 hours of the night.
Yeah. So some of that was that liquid courage for sure. That was that was a part.
Definitely. So thank you so much again for coming on and spending time with us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. For sure.
For sure. If you want to hang out, you can hang out. If you want to add to the comments, you can. We're going to get into the men's lounge anyway. So if you feel like there's any input that you want to
hang out for a bit,
provide, hang out, grab a drink, and we're going to get back into it.
And real quick, before we get back
thanks for joining.
I'm sorry. Before you got my comments blocked, bro. That ain't what time it is, brother.
Which ones?
I just put a comment out there said this comment has failed to post to Tyrone E. Wilson.
Nah.
Let me do it again.
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
It probably goes up when you put that thing up.
No, I put
the disclaimer.
I guess because I put IG. So
yeah. If anything, we're missing questions from the chat. My bad. Chat. All right. I think we're gonna go to the men's lounge. If there was anything that I wanted to highlight, it's the fact that we actually do finally get to hear the full conversation between Darius and Vince, because previously in the previous episodes we only heard bits and pieces. So let me play this whole clip and y'all let me know what y'all think.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go.
We were instructed not to talk in between the lounges. It's obvious that most people didn't follow that directive. It was supposed to be in confidence. Somebody was asked how they feel. They gave that, and that's supposed to be safe.
All that you said, man. Look, we just saying now. Let's continue the story. Now, Bello, can we continue?
Hey, wait. No,
listen.
Continue.
No, we can, bro.
No, not if I'm talking.
You talk too damn much. You need to shut the up sometime, bro.
It ain't happening.
Real talk.
It ain't happening.
You need to.
It ain't happening.
You need to.
Because I ain't said nothing behind nobody's back.
Bro, you said a lot of behind my back, dog. You was sneak this the whole time.
I ain't
You was sneak, bro. Bro, I done had 3 women came to me and said you was jealous of me, bro. 3 women came to me and said you was jealous of me, bro. The whole time. I don't feel intimidated. What you mean?
About what?
Bro, I don't know,
about
man.
what?
We're just on 2 different levels of life.
I'm from Detroit. I'm from the east side. Settle my. Don't challenge me.
It's from east side. What are you talking about? East side in the building, sure.
So let me just say this though. Okay, he said you say a lot of stuff about me. I done heard 3 women say that you was jealous of me behind my back. Now, what grown man goes to women and say, yo, you know what? I'm jealous of him. 3 times.
Maybe he meant something different. Yeah, because that's obviously like that did not happen.
I thought that was like I said, that Vince, I think he got in his ass that time. And Darius, I think he lost it for the camera, but it looked like Vince dug in his ass a little bit, and Vince ain't back down. Vince was like, man, whatever you talking about, man. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. And then he came up with the, you jealous of me. I done heard 3 women tell me that. So he might have had, chicks say, oh, don't worry, boo. He's just jealous of you.
Yeah,
But
that's what I think.
Yeah, I don't think that, he done went to 3 chicks like, yo, I'm jealous as hell of this grown man.
It's ridiculous, obviously.
He's intimidating. You're going to tell 3 different women that another dude is intimidating to you. Nah.
Vince is super confident, man. I just that feels very not out of character for Vince. So I don't think that was very likely. Vince got his own thing going on. He's beating to his own drum. He not thinking about Darius. He don't even align with that sort of, those values. So, and that's I'm not taking shots at Darius. I'm just telling you like how I see it,
Yeah.
Wasn't Vince?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, wasn't Vince in the comments?
He was at some point. I think he went to bed. He had his oatmeal and he went to bed.
I'm gonna see if I can get him.
Vince said, you know what, man? I'm gonna do this shit in my Letterman jacket. We ain't got time for that.
And when they explained it, they did soften it up a little bit. I thought they were going to try to use it, to try to bring folks in to watch as some drama, but they didn't.
I think there's beef though, because even in this moment, like Vince still doesn't really. Vince is a different type of dude. He's not bending in or leaning into the Darius stuff. Darius was very lighthearted, and it kind of felt manufactured in this moment at the reunion. And Vince was somewhat lighthearted, but said, "You know what? I could give it to you if you want. If you wanted, we could get it back on. Like how we was before." That's the energy I was getting.
Yeah. So we played the clips where Vince did a couple temperature checks.
Yeah. I mean, listen. Every time, Vince, like there's this thing that men do, right? Men that are about that life that ain't gonna tell you they about that life, but they about that life. What they do is they size you up and they big dog you in a way that you don't even notice, right? Like when everybody walking out and Vince is like, nah, you go. Like the thing is you can't. I would never, as a grown man, you're not going to be walking behind my back. And Vince is like, yo, I'm going to walk behind your back because if you turn around, I can give it to you. You know what I'm saying? So,
pause.
I mean, you wild as hell. Not like that, but I can give you a knife in your back type thing.
Yo, backstab.
You funny as hell. That's hilarious.
No, I hear you, guys.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit different. Vince does speak on his financial stability a lot. And when you are financially stable, it's just, you just go through life a little bit different.
I mean, I think Darius tried Vince because he might have thought Vince was a little softer. But Vince ain't got to be aggressive to show that he ain't no pussy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Vince like, yo, I'm gonna keep on talking. Like Darius, like we moving to next. He like Darius, like Vince, like no, we ain't moving nowhere. We gonna stay right here and finish my point. What I gotta say, and then we gonna move on.
Yeah,
and
Vince
Darius
like,
didn't cut him off again. Darius let him talk. So that kind of showed how shit was. You feel me?
Yeah, he's like, you can try me if you want. He hit him with that energy, like, oh, I got something for you if you want to, you know what I mean? If that's how you want to move, and we can move that way, and I'll show you what's up.
There we go.
And then Darius, the thing is, as a grown man though, like if I was there in Darius's shoes when we walked out of that lounge or that that brunch or whatever, the Tommy thing, I would have been like, nah, you go. Instead, he, looked down and walked through, like, and it's kind of a form of submission to me. I ain't submitting to nobody that I supposedly got beef with.
That's how it look, cuz. That's how it look.
Yeah,
man. These chess games, I don't even be knowing be going on, bro. I be in my own world. Yo, like I always let people go ahead of me. I think because I just don't like people walking behind me in general. But I just never broke it down like that.
And I mean, listen, if you have a heated argument with a grown man,
yeah,
do not let that man walk.
I'm not gonna turn my back on you.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah.
You do that, anything's liable to happen. And if you do go ahead, he's behind you, like, yeah, that's what I thought, nigga.
But you know what though, man, we were actually really cool. Like the guys on the show, it really wasn't no beef between any of us at any point during the show, except for that little tiff or whatever. But in general, the guys, man, we was all in our own world. We just weren't concerned about one another like that. Like that just wasn't part of the equation.
Yeah.
And they did speak on it, they did say it was a little bit lighthearted in the fact that, you put Vince and Darius in a room, this is what you're gonna get.
Was that?
That was just a typical brunch.
Darius, I ain't never seen you say that many words that fast at one time. My God. Vince, let's start with you.
Sir?
What caused this disagreement with Darius?
I feel like when you put a Vince in a room with a Darius and we don't agree, then
that's what you get.
That's what you're gonna always get.
Well, let me interject. Everybody knows my pet peeve is what happens in the lounge stays in the lounge.
Correct.
Do you think that there were things being said to sabotage one of your relationships?
I don't think Darius said anything to sabotage anything that I had going on. The only problem that I had is that I just didn't think it was fair for the guy to think that he was in a safe space and then something is told about what he thought he was in a safe space.
So, Christina, we're talking about people saying stuff in the lounge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you admitted to hearing that Vince called Lauren that tall B.
Yeah, I mean, we won't get into that part. Like,
I mean, but see, to me, that's
I get it.
As a man, though, why you want to even repeat that line back to another person? Like, if we having some locker room talk, all of us, we talking in like locker room type stuff, not being offensive, but locker room talk. Why do you want to take that to mainstream and give that to a woman who's going to misinterpret everything that we just spoke about, regardless of what it was? Like, that's, you just don't, like, as men, whatever you talk about, like if me and you, if we all out at the bar or whatever, I would not expect anything that we talked about as men to leave that group of men, period, point blank. And if you do, in my book, use a rat. And I would, you know what I mean? I mean, I feel like there's a whole thing that, whole process that rats got to go through. They got to get caught in the trap.
And it sounds like several females heard it too.
Yeah.
So, like one guy running up to all the females is corny, yo. Like, come on, bro. And from what Darius said, it was said in a playful manner. It was said as a shot towards Bello coming from Vince. But instead, it turns the whole thing about Vince being negative about females. And that's not his intent at all from the beginning.
That is absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Vince got a raw deal. You got a raw deal. But I'm proud of Vince because he didn't try to defend it. Because there was no winning. You know what I mean? Like anybody who was there, especially the guys, we know what's up. We gonna act like we don't listen to Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams, Bernie Mac. We don't listen to rap music. We don't. I mean, if for women who just are offended at the word period, I get that. You know what I mean? I get it. what can I say? If you just the word, you just sends you into a fury. All right. But if we being honest, he was not calling her that. Like, and you know what I mean? And I feel like for anybody to take it out of that context is just is foul. It's foul. But I actually think what happened is a guy let it slip, and one of the women decided to put that negative spin on it, or like, you know what I mean? And they said it to Lauren, and then it became a thing. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna see if I can add in. You could give me a cosign if it's true. It seemed like a lot of the women were against Lauren, and to me, I feel like it came out because it was particularly about her, so they kind of wanted to showcase that part. Like I feel like it probably wouldn't have been a big thing if it wasn't about her. What you think?
You know what? So the beef with Lauren actually came later in the show. And when that happened, to my knowledge, Lauren didn't have any smoke with the ladies. And so I don't think it was that at that time. I mean, maybe she was disliked. She also knew some of these girls from like real life. So, you know, there could have been some of that hangover. But I think at that time, I don't know that there was any beef with Lauren when that word came out.
Let me chime in, and I'll just let the video speak for itself because you know I don't miss it. Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot! Hold on.
I know y'all had a connection. You hated her. The ladies feel.
It was subtle, but did y'all hear it?
It wasn't that subtle.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't hear. What was it?
She literally said, so Lauren starts talking. You could hear Nicole say, you hated her. And then this is Dom's reaction to her saying that. So here we go again.
Yeah, okay.
Even though y'all had a connection. You hated her. The ladies feel.
So
wait,
the ladies were well aware. Look, Dom hated Lauren.
That sounded like Ashanti's voice.
Neither one of them were saying that. No,
I was going to say that. I was going to say
so
that.
Nicole wasn't saying that Dom hated Lauren.
No, that sounds like a sound bite that they added in there to give it some weight.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't have said that because no, they were all cool at that point. That doesn't jive. Mm-mm.
Okay, maybe
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just think that you probably missed like that girl on girl energy. Like when they don't really like each other. I think you probably kind of missed that a little bit. They were probably playing nice, but
that could very well be.
Yeah, from what I heard, it's always been Lauren, you know what I mean? Little thing against Lauren and stuff like that. Even down till now, and I'm gonna throw my stuff in the ring where I got into a little thing with Channon because I wouldn't pick sides with Lauren. You know what I mean? Or I did something in favor for Lauren, but I didn't do it for Dom. And then it became a thing. Nobody liked Lauren, this and the other. They made a YouTube, the whole recap thing. They made a whole recap about Lauren. And they sent it to me wanting me to share it. But I was like, I'm not sharing that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not even going to get in there. I'm not picking sides. I'm not doing none of that. And then that became a thing. Like, well, if you don't pick sides, then I'm gonna look at you funny and all of that other stuff. And then it just trickled down to where I'm at today with the nonsense. So they definitely were against Lauren. And then I heard, like, I don't know. I
was actually on that. Oh, I think I was on that call. Yeah, I think I was on that call. That was a little unfortunate. Go ahead.
Right. And then I also heard too that there was a time where some of the women were threatening some of the men, like, if you pick Lauren, I'm gonna stop talking to you, or if you don't, something about that, like, but I think that happened on every season, honestly, maybe.
Yeah, I can't even speak to that. No, it wasn't with me.
Right.
It wasn't with me. I didn't hear that. And to be fair, now and this is what I told Lauren was like, from my perspective, I have never had a bad interaction with Lauren. Lauren's always been nice to me, kind. We've had good interactions. So I'm hearing things from a lot of different people, though. It's like Christina, it was Channon, it was Dom, it was Ashley, it was Bello. So it's like, okay, I'm just here. I don't know what to say. It puts me in a little awkward position because, these girls from the show are very. It's like you either with me or you against me. That's just, it can get, that's the energy, like Lex was saying. And so I feel like without me knowing who's telling the truth, it's like I would rather just not participate. And there's been a couple of times when I was asked about, what do I think? And I like the other night, I was like, well, in my experience, if a bunch of people call you a crackhead, you're probably a crackhead. And I really wish I hadn't said that because, that just because it's inflammatory. I mean, my point was, I don't know, but a bunch of people were saying something about you, what am I going to do? I would assume it's probably true, but that was inflammatory. And I have never, like I said, I've never experienced anything negative with Lauren. So I really wish I hadn't said that. And
I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna save you. We gonna dead that right there because I do think it's some girl stuff. So we ain't even gonna get you in it. And the next thing somebody go say that you said something on Tyrone's podcast, and it'd be a whole nother thing. So
right.
Don't even worry about that. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Oh, can I say something though? Because I don't think I mentioned it. Was about the All Lives Matter thing. Did I talk about that?
Go ahead.
Wholly made up. She asked me if I was pro-black. Do you know how weird of a question that is to get in text messages from a girl you're talking to? I was like, especially because for Nicole, I'm talking about, because she knows me. You gotta understand, I work in a black artist activist space. Like I wrote a play about a young black man developing a relationship with this young Palestinian girl that's based off the words of James Baldwin. Like I'm out here. You know what I mean? Like that she would say that I'm all lives matter and not pro-black on this black ass network. You know what I mean? It was just clear character assassination. There's no, and the thing is, I sent that to her in a voice note. So it's recorded. I could just play you the voice note right now. She has it. I have it. I don't know. She was just wilding. And when the show came out, I listened to it, listened back to it. I'm like, I can't believe she. And what I will say is that if you wanted to be completely just dishonest, you could take what I said and get something. I'm all lives matter out of it. But you have to understand, Nicole is not dumb. She is a professor. She totally purposefully mischaracterized what I said. I do not believe for a minute she actually thought I was all lives matter or that I wasn't pro-black. She was just attempting to assassinate my character. And yeah.
So what? So let me just ask you from your perspective, why do you think Nicole brought all of that fire to the reunion? What was going on? Like, was it multiple people from the cast that was, telling her, falsehoods and giving her, the runaround?
No.
Or was it just her just being, what was that all about? Because it came off like it was just dirty, like guns blazing.
We talked like the night before. We was on good terms. She saw the story for the first time. She saw the connections for the first time with her own eyes. And she became highly emotional and flashed out.
Even though she was, trying to be with Vince at the same time.
This is what makes it so crazy. This is the entire show. We're all dating a bunch of people. when she's on my ex date and she's like, I can't stand to see you talking to nobody else. She was in love with Ed at the time. So what is we talking about? You know what I mean? Like, so it's just, yeah, I can't call it. I can't call it. You know?
Wow. Okay. I mean, have you talked to her lately? Have you spoken to her at all? Like, is she doing okay in life?
I don't know, because we haven't. She texted me the other day, but obviously this was like when the reunion aired. I was heated. I was like, so all right. First, you know what? Actually, Nicole actually has not said anything negative to me since the show's aired. You know, she has kept her distance. I messaged her on Christmas. She texted me when the reunion show aired, and I was like, it felt very convenient. You know what I mean? She had ignored my messages, one message. I don't double text. If I message you and you don't message back, I'm straight. You know, I'll just go on with my life. And so I'm like, so for me, it felt like, oh, now that you remember what's about to happen on this TV, you're reaching out to me because you know how this is about to look. And I was kind of taken aback. I don't know if that's true, but that's how I felt when she reached out to me.
Hey y'all.
Hey Stacy, welcome back.
Stacey,
how you doing?
Hey,
What up,
I mean,
Stacy?
clearly what I'm gathering is he ain't watched the other seasons because he was asking Tyrone about his shit. Hey, Paul. Hey,
What's up?
Fernando. Hey, Lex. Oh my gosh. So I have questions for you because evidently you weren't seeing my questions earlier.
Yeah, we missed him. I think there's something going on IG.
Your ass in the hot seat, sir.
Right now? No, I'm not.
Yeah. I'm putting you in the hot seat right
Refuse.
now. Okay, so my first question is, of all the criticisms you heard, which one was the most accurate?
Which one was the most accurate? Of criticisms. From the, you talking about from
the entire thing, like from the public, from you viewing it and you being like, damn, this is what they saying. Like, what did you feel like was the closest? Because you ain't perfect and you are in education. And I feel like when men say they're in education, it automatically gives poor. So I don't know. Is there something you want to speak to that?
I don't. No.
No.
Are you saying that you think everybody who works in education is poor?
No, I think that's like one of the biggest criticisms because one of the criticisms from one of the girls was that, right? Did I hear it correctly? That because you're a teacher or whatever, they were like, oh, okay. So.
No girl ever said that to me. Are you talking about when I told Dominique how much I make?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And she was like, okay.
Oh yeah, no, she didn't. No, that's not how she responded at all. You were you here when I talked about that, or are you?
I was here when you talked about it, but I felt like you didn't say enough about it.
I said she just got angry. She got angry that I would ask, that I would think that she was that shallow. But I know that some people are, you know what I mean? So that I felt like at the time, for how I knew her, we were just getting to know each other. I know her history. I know she's used to a certain lifestyle. So I was just like, I wanted to put it out there, you know?
What exactly did you want to put out there? What do you want to put out there? Like, girl, I ain't buying you shit every week. Like, what are you trying to put out there?
Oh, you weren't listening. I'm not about to recap that.
No, I was definitely listening, but I feel like you're being combative because I'm trying to ask you for clarification. And, I'm an alum and I'm listening, and the words that you're saying is not actually like making sense to me as a girl. And I know, like, almost every season, I feel like we've had a principal, we've had somebody in education, and they always people always try to play them. So I wanted you to better explain that.
Oh no, nobody. If in fact, for me, if you've seen the season, that was the opposite. The impression was that I'd be just spending money willy nilly on these women. So no, I didn't have that.
So you just be like spending money to make up for like.
Absolutely not. Yo, I'm sorry. I gotta go. I gotta head out. But it was nice. It was nice meeting all y'all. It was nice meeting you, Stacy. But I gotta run. I'm going to Vail tomorrow for a ski trip, y'all.
Oh, so you're going skiing?
Thank you so
I am
much.
going skiing, yeah.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Devon.
Yeah,
We
I've never
appreciate
been
you.
before.
I wanted to wait. Before you go again, before you go, my other question was like, of all the people that like after the season, after you've seen everybody, who was the like biggest personality shock? Oh, he left?
Yeah, he left. We're not sure.
He left?
Was there a specific thing you was getting at, Stacy? We can
It's
ask
giving
him.
poor.
What do you mean?
Lex, anything?
Are you
Because I
saying
had a problem with them referring to girls as bitches, and I just felt like, Lex, you should have said a little more about that.
Wait, I'm sorry. What happened? We discussed this before when it actually came out, where is if anybody uses the N word, they're going to use the B word. So I mean, that's just one of those things. Anybody that knows me, I tell a man when he talks to me, I don't want to hear it. I don't really deal with people that talk like that. So I don't have any girlfriends that call me the B word. That's my thing. But a lot of Americans, that's how you guys talk. You know, people talk like that in their household. Some of their parents curse at each other. So people aren't really as bothered by it as I'm bothered by it. So I don't speak on it because my views are mine because of how I was raised, and other people are acceptable to things. You know, so we've already discussed that on the show though before. So, you know, I'm not going to keep, I can't keep what I'm gonna do, bash them about it. Like if somebody use the N word, they're going to use the B word, and then they talked about it. It's locker room talk, all of that stuff. So, and then Lauren didn't seem that bothered. So, she still dated him afterwards. So what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna say?
She gone now, yo. But we
did. We definitely addressed that multiple times. We are on the Steve segment because I think we were gonna go back to Devon and Channon, but I don't think we have to. Right. So there's only two more segments left. There's the Steve segment, which he was still laid back the whole time. I spent time trying to figure out, what's good with him, like who would he really want, like who he was going after, but couldn't figure it out. What about y'all?
I think he just didn't. He had connections there, but ultimately they weren't enough for him to pursue the fact. I think Tommy was trying to size it a little bit, like you still have a chance. And Steve was like, "Nah, I'm good. Like I know it's there, and I'm rather go elsewhere."
All right. Cool. Paul?
I'm sorry, I missed that. I was away for a second. What's up?
We were talking about Steve, like Steve's whole journey and everything.
I mean, Steve reminds me of taking a nap, right? Just so relaxed, nothing hardcore coming up. He played very well in the middle. It was like no drama, no sparks, no nothing. It was just flatline, it was like I'm taking a nap, going to bed, and I'm gonna wake up, and it's just like life. Not saying anything bad about Steve. I just didn't get anything out of his journey. Like he wasn't, hunting. He wasn't not hunting. He was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So like just watching it again, like I was trying to figure out what was going on. If there was anything else, like there was a moment where they had asked Steve the question. Well, Channon said she needed someone to be loud. And Steve said he can be 1000%, but then never said nothing after that. But it made it seem like this magical connection happened between him and Channon, but it felt like it was all cut out. Did y'all see that?
Like cut out the reunion?
Meaning like, it was almost like they asked him. I'm going to get to it right here. So this is what happens.
1000%. Yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right. I wish everybody well.
Go ahead. Give it a try.
I'm so happy for this is about to happen.
Yeah.
All right. It is time for a break.
Crazy, right? So even people backstage was feeling like some shit was about to happen. And then they just cut to the next segment.
Mm-hmm. Like some bullshit.
Yeah. Maybe I'll play that again.
Loud about this?
Yes.
Would you like to communicate with Channon once again on a romantic level?
1000%. Yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
All right. I wish everybody well.
Go ahead. Give it a try.
I'm so happy for this is about to happen.
Yeah.
All right. It is time for a break. When we get back, we are sitting down with Ashley and Darius, and we'll find out what they're...
So what the hell happened?
Who the hell knows? I know nothing.
Was there a connection or not?
Right.
No, it's over.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. I'm just talking smack. I think for real, I think it's over. I don't even know. Maybe after a couple months, maybe after 6 months, but I think it's over. I think everybody should just part ways because it's just messy at this point. So I don't think anybody should double back. I think the women have showed that they are not really as nice as they portrayed at first. They showed their mean sides, like, Channon sharing Devon's secret to her girlfriend. I mean, I think right there, that shows you that there's no trust. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to tell your girlfriends everything. So every time y'all have a fight, everything that y'all go through, you're going to be sharing and confiding in her. But then at the same time, you also clicking up. So when you got girls that go against another girl, now y'all clicking up. So you don't even have a mind of your own. You clicking up against Lauren. You clicking up against people who you don't like or who don't like. You know what I'm saying? She real tight with Dom. So Dom mad at Bello right now. So she lashing out on Bello, and these are things that I have seen her publicly, in the group or on a page or something of that nature that I'm going off of as well. So I think as a man, when you see a woman portraying these things and acting like this, why would you openly, knowingly walk into it? It's one thing if you don't know and then you stuck in it. Like, you like, damn, I already got 8 months invested. And I found out that she X, Y, and Z, but you see it. You see it on live TV. You see it. And you can't control her. So you be stupid to run back into it.
Yeah.
I don't know why women, it's just the common thing for women to do is be catty. Like, why can't y'all just either get along or get a pheromone on? It's always cattiness. Like, speak your piece and then live your life. And
sometimes sometimes you have men that pin women against women. You have sometimes where women are just insecure. You have some women that, we seen it maybe not on your season, but on what was that? I don't remember, the colorism and stuff like that, where you got the light skin arguing with the dark skin and all type of stuff. Like sometimes, women just get like that sometimes, So it just.
Like our season, we had our shit between the men. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, there's some shit going on. But for the most part, you see the females really be getting at it. It's always beef in every season. You're like, God damn, like y'all just y'all can't join together and unite as one. It's always this cattiness and cutting up and just like, I don't know, man, shit weird.
Yeah, just go. Why don't y'all just go, in the corner and quietly slap each other and then come back? And I'm like, okay, we did that. Now we back to the real world.
What it needs to be is, if you a better person, you confident in the person that you are, so no other woman can knock you off your square. If another woman walks inside the room and you feel intimidated or you feel some type of way about her presence, that says more about you than it does about the woman. I don't care if she's not a girl's girl. I don't care if she didn't speak to you, whatever the case may be. You should still hold who you are in your corner and can move around that room as if she didn't even walk in. But when she make you feel some type of way, that's on you. And y'all ain't got to fight about that. It don't even got to be an argument. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going to fall into a level, a line. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes your presence is just is what it is, So.
Yeah. I get it.
And and that's not hate. That's not none of this other stuff that a lot of people try to make a lot of miserable things out of. When somebody says something, they always try to turn it so negatively. You know what I'm saying? People need to just understand what a hard truth is. And a hard truth is not always pretty. A lot of times people think that they may be something, or they may be the shit, or they may be confident. But the only way you really know is when another person comes in and tests that. So that's how you know. And I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but that's how that shit go.
Don't mind me. I'm just in the background trying to find this next clip and going through the comments.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the second part of the reunion was boring as hell. I don't know how this live got so spicy.
True. I would say part 2 was weak. I thought it would come a little harder part 2, and they didn't deliver nothing. Like, where was the sauce? Like, end on a good note, end with a cliffhanger or something. And it gave nothing on last episode on part 2.
And I will say, Paul, you was right, where they made Darius leave all untouched and stuff.
See, that's what I said. They was going to make Darius. They was going to give Darius the soft landing for the show. They wanted to make, somebody look like they're the positive imagery for this particular season, right? Even though they're not together, they weren't together, or they're not together, or whatever. They had to manufacture something to make it look sellable to the public.
One comment to it.
It was like 2 weeks after the journey. He planned a day, we went out, and it was a great day, actually. But in the midst of our date, Lauren called. What? I'm like, why's she calling? Y'all kicking it? Ew, no, stop. So, stop playing with me. I told him to answer. He said no. But before that, he said, oh, man, I got to call Lauren to tell her I chose you. Like, no, he don't. So after our date, I text you that morning and say, I can't do this anymore.
Darius, I want to hear your perspective. What took place?
I want to start with, me and Lauren had a business friendship before the show.
Thank you.
But me and Lauren never looked at each other like that. Now, I will say this.
Hang on.
Okay.
Let me ask this. Mm-hmm. The reason that you pretty much broke this off is because...
He's too friendly.
Is it because of Lauren?
No, that was the icing on the cake for me.
Okay.
I felt like he didn't get to know me. I felt like he still wasn't trying to get to know me. You still talking about the show. You still talking about what billboards you're going to get in parties. And I'm here. Did you win with me or not?
Yeah.
You talking about this other stuff that don't matter. I don't care.
All I'm saying is I didn't have anybody reaching out to me trying to get with me. Cardi said he called everybody. Vince got a response from you.
Vince got a hey.
He also asked to take you shopping.
Why not? He want to take me shopping.
So you do spend the money.
You should have. You asked the wrong person for a massage.
I'm looking for my wife, Tommy. I've been praying to God, and I'm looking for something
But
totally
if you're
different.
looking for a wife, you should move like a husband. Like, don't just say you want a wife. You want me to show them wife qualities now so you can know that I'm a wife now.
Yeah.
So I want to see the husband in you too.
I will say this. I want to take accountability for how I moved after the process because it was a hell of an experience, man. It was so many people, so many mixed emotions, a lot going on. And me and her had an emotional roller coaster. So when we finally got together outside of the experience, I was talking to her like she was a new person. Like going through the
experience is over.
I was going through the whole resume instead of putting that time into focusing on her.
There's a connection with you all. Y'all know that, right? It's about if you want to explore it.
Yeah, I was saying, I gotta break that up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was able to hear it, right?
We heard it.
Yeah. Let me know what you think so far, and I'll play the rest.
Every time I listen to Darius, I feel there's two emotions I feel. I feel calm, relaxed, and then I hear like just a little bit of gaslighting, just a little bit. And I want to believe, what he's saying. I want to believe him because, based off of what Own has shown us, we have to believe that he's a great guy. It's just when I hear some of the catchphrases that I probably used or would use in a reckless way or whatever, or some of the things that I might say if I was trying to gas or game somebody up, is what I hear coming from him. I can't say that this man is doing that. I can't, ascribe that to him as a person because I don't know what the operation of his mind is, right? But my interpretation of it is, damn, okay, he's so relaxed and he knows how to articulate the things that he wants to say. And he says it in a way that if you're naive, it'll go down like a smooth glass of water, but if you're not naive and, you've had some experience, it'll go down like moonshine, right? So, it's kind of take it the way that you want to digest it with him. Like I said, Own has not shown us anything that would look bad for his character, but as a man, right? There's certain things that I would do that he's doing if I wanted to do evil with or bad with, with the words that's coming out of my mouth. You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm saying, all right, let's go finish this up.
Any chance of mending this relationship?
Yeah, I'm always open. I'm always open for anything, but I like to move forward.
Darius?
I am open, to the idea as well. Like she said, it had to be for a purpose, for a reason.
It's a bump in the road. If you want to ride all the way forever, then you're going to fix it. But if we both just going to sling mud, we ain't going to get nowhere. If y'all ready for the long haul, you think this is a bump in the road, come get married. It's going to be some bumps. It's going to be some stuff you ain't ready for.
Yeah. Like you said, like you predicted, he did get this off. He got this off landing. I thought it was going to be a lot different. If there was anything, wasn't there a moment where, who was it? It was Darius at the date when he was with Channon, basically saying that Channon was one of his top 2 connections. And then I was like, well, whatever happened to Ashanti? And then even in his rebuttal to Mercedes, he says it again, that I did say Channon was 1 and 2. That's about it.
Here's where I'm struggling at, because they, in the reunion, they didn't show like any of his previous connections and whatever. Did they do that, or did I miss it?
Well, there was something that OWN dropped today. They dropped an hour's worth of
fill in the blank shit.
It was an hour's worth of unseen clips that I had got through, but I didn't save it. So they did show some of his other dates there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Fill in the blanks after the show don't make sense type shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't go out as a viewer, right? I'm somebody that's that's fat and I weigh 300 pounds and I drink beer and sit in front of my TV and drink popcorn all day. I don't go on YouTube, right? I'm just going off of what I see on television, and it looked like he only had one connection. There was no other dates or no other love interest other than what was it, Ashley?
Mm-hmm.
So,
nah, he was even filling up on I know it's probably nothing, but he was filling up on Emily at the little skating park.
Understood.
So I'm sure there was other stuff, and even in the background, you could see him chopping it up with everybody.
Understood.
And I think
but just because you're talking to people, I mean, I'm saying love interest, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where there was intimacy or some sort of, direction of emotions going out that way. It wasn't there, and except for Ashley. And so you kind of wonder, like, and I mean, I wonder, did they make him make it to the end because they wanted the storyline? He's got the fur, the dapper stuff going on. It looks great for TV. It's going to sell, and keep, because this is mostly women that's engaged in this show. So they want to keep him on as some sort of, eye candy for the ladies, right? Or was it, just stuff that we truly miss, and there were other love interests out there?
Well, that's a good question, because, we were kind of asking the same about Ashley too, right?
Yeah, I mean, that part.
Sometimes it'd be one of them situations
but
where.
I mean, no, because Drake was trying to rock with Ashley a little bit.
Well, sometimes how you get those situations like you had in your season. Like if everybody knew that you was the clear number one for each person, how did you even make it through with one connection this whole time?
Yeah,
so this was the part, not to cut you off, but this was the part real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing about them eyes don't lie.
So what do you believe my eyes tell you?
There's a connection.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Without a doubt.
Where does Channon fall?
Top.
See, it was quick though.
That seems like, I'll be honest, that seemed like filler episode, because I didn't see them anywhere at any other time than that having dialogue that might have been romantic.
Yeah.
It just seemed manufactured.
Yeah,
For
a
who?
little bit.
For Darius and Ashley?
Channon.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think Darius was the last segment. The last thing they did is they, just like they do every season, they do a last call on connections. Ain't nobody had nothing except a little bit of messiness with Tommy asking Vince again. And Vince, being himself, full of integrity, did man up and say, yes, there is a connection with Nicole. So that was it. We at the end, y'all. We at the end. If you can hear my voice, don't forget to like and subscribe. Support the cast. Support the panel.
Yeah.
Y'all got any last questions or comments that y'all want to add to the chat? Because the chat was definitely on fire.
Let me go look.
Today. Nigga, we had every fucking cast member from every season of the Joint Debate Show. Hella alumni in the building today, yo. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support.
All the alumni we saw. Yeah. Stacy, Sabrina. We saw Vince.
Hussein
Devon came to visit. Hussein. How many connections Fernando got? You want to speak on that?
Is that Phil asking? Hey, Phil, chill, brother. None.
Phil, what's good, Phil?
Wow, yeah. I'm disconnected now. No service, shorty. I'm out of town. Okay, I'm in the UK, bruv. I'm in the UK, bruv. I have no connections, bruv.
Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
I'm gonna say something while we here, since so many people tuned in. I'm gonna go ahead and speak on it right now. My choice to start silencing Darius' so-called ex. I spoke with both of them. I got proof because when she first came in, I was like, I need proof to know that you actually know that man. She showed me proof, all the pictures, text messages, all that good stuff. So I believed her, and I'm like, okay. So then I spoke to Darius. He told me a total different story. And then I got what I believe. So you know how they be like, there's 3 truths? They got his truth, her truth, and then there's my truth. My truth is, I believe they both the same person. They should be together. They would make a perfect couple because they are basically the same people. I don't really know what happened, transpired in their thing. I know that I think that Detroit is probably like a pro-Black city. So I don't know if that's a thing. That's just a theory that I came up with after seeing a lot of stuff. But I also talked to another young lady that was in the group that she said everything that Nicole is saying about Darius, Nicole has said it before about her husband. And then I got all the proof of that. So now I'm getting all of these stories, all of these pictures, all of these text messages, right? But I'm not getting paid for none of this shit. That's when I realized, like, wait a minute, I'm in too deep because I got too much people information and all that shit. And I was like, you know what? Until I see a marriage license, a divorce decree, an annulment paper, or a police report, I'm done with it. I told both of them the same thing. I didn't tell one story to the other. I told them both the same. I told them both of them that they should work it out. I did try to get Darius to apologize. I did do that, and I asked her, which I'll probably end up dropping our text message thread. If she keep talking shit, I'm going to put that shit on YouTube too. So you can see everything because I don't hide nothing. I asked her, I said, can Darius apologize to you? And she was like, he can apologize, but he got to apologize about the DV situation and all that stuff. I took it to him. He said he never did it. It was make-believe. I said, I'm coming out of it. So therefore, I was like, you know what? Until I get some sort of proof from anybody, I don't want it in a group anymore. She said her story up to 3 months. I let her ride, you know what I'm saying? And that was it. She got interviews out of it. She went on a whole interview tour. Podcast people picked it up and highlighted her shit without even having any proof behind it besides pictures, right? And I saw the pictures. But see, there's some things when you really know people, relationships, the street, how people hustle and play. We joke all the time about a woman wanting a sugar daddy, but you don't never know what it's like when a man has a sugar mama. You understand? He will pose in pictures with you. You understand? He will do anything you want him to do. He'll open the fucking door for you. He'll do whatever, right? But I'm like, well, Do y'all got a kissing picture? Like, can I see, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me see some intimacy, because I see all these side by side pictures, like y'all doing photo shoots and stuff. Let me see a little bit of intimacy, because now I'm really trying to believe her and tie into it. But I'm like, I just need a little bit more, because I know what it looked like when you have a sugar mama. I know what it looked like when you got a sugar daddy. You understand? Where you don't want, you know, everybody think about it one-sided, but it can go both ways. And if he did, that's his business. I don't care either way. It's not a judgment. That's on him. You understand? I just know that everybody was like, oh, I think Ashley might have put up that the ex brought everything. That man, 40-something years old, all them suits that he pulled out, all them jackets and all that shit he pulled out. You really think that lady brought all that shit? She brought all that shit? Come on. Like, let's be for real on some stuff. I don't know who brought it. Maybe some other chicks brought it. That's his business. If he is that thorough that he can have all of these women financing his livelihood, that's something to be examined too. You know what I'm saying? All I know is me and my group, like, you know, when they be like, me and my house, me and my group, we going to back up out of it until there is some proof. So I didn't shut her down completely. I'm just like, let me see something. She said the marriage license burned up in a fire. Okay. She said, I ordered it. I said, fine. When you order it, bring it back, sis. You'll have full range. You can go live in the group. You can do whatever you want when I see some proof, you know, because to me, as a cast member, I would feel some type of way that I have this experience to go on TV for these couple of weeks, and then you got an ex-boyfriend, an ex-girl, whatever, coming through talking about, I brought this and I brought that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm one of them. Like, listen, yes, men buy me things, and my baby father brought my house and my car and stuff, but I don't expect him to expose me while I'm on TV. I don't expect all of that, you know? So when I first allowed her in a group, I thought it was because, I'm sorry, I didn't expect this to go so long. I thought that it was that he was doing it while he was on the show. You know what I'm saying? When she told me it was before the show and all of that, I'm like, okay, now I just need proof so I can validate it so you can keep going. Other than that, I got to stop it. So that's what it is. So everybody knows that's where all the drama came from. If you was in the group, all of that stuff, it all started from there. I stopped his stuff because I no longer seen any proof. And then she no longer needed the group. I don't even understand why you still want to show your shit in the group when you already went on tour. Like, you can't get no bigger than Crystal. You was on Crystal XO. What more do you need? That's just my 2 piece. Thank you guys for tuning in. You have been great. Fellas, you already know I appreciate you for, you know, the platform, everything you do, your honesty and all of that good stuff. So, you know, and Fernando, happy birthday. And
thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate that love, yo. 100.
Yeah, and I tried to get Vince on. Vince actually hurt his leg, so he said he was under pain meds and he couldn't come on. So shout out to Vince. Hope you feel better. And you know, see y'all next season.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you, Lex. Appreciate you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll close out not add my boring last words. No. No. But I just want to say, you know, to everybody that participated in this season, don't let this show define you in terms of who you are and how you're going to move forward. You know, look at this, learn your lessons, you know, understand, you know, the things that you did. Use this experience to make you a better person, right? And talk to your, I don't know, we had Dr. Hogan. You guys probably had somebody else. I don't know. You know, if you're having tough times, tap into those the therapists that, you know, that the show has given you. And if they're not good enough or they're subpar, use your own therapist. I think it's always a good idea to have therapy anyway, just because. And, you know, sometimes it's like maintenance, ongoing, like, you know, life changes and you need, you know, coaching through that. So, you know, I say tap into all of that good stuff. And yeah, man, thank you guys for getting on the platform and sacrificing yourselves on live TV for our benefit and the benefit of the, you know, the viewers. You know, without you, we wouldn't have this panel. And you know, We're here. Y'all ever in DC? Hit us up. I'll let y'all later.
Listen, man. My birthday's tomorrow, so I appreciate all the love. I was in London last week, got back last night. I'm fresh off the plane, you hear me? And I leave again on Saturday. I'll be down there for a Sunday line. I'll be there for Fat Tuesday in New Orleans. So if y'all out there, hit my DM, link up with me, party with me, have a good time with me. It's all about fun and enjoyment. I ain't no simp, but I'm buying shots, I'm buying drinks. That's what I do. It's for a good time. You know what I mean? I like the boy, I like the birthday boy. You know what I mean? 211 in the building. Holla at you. Yeah.
I'm gonna go easy on him because it's his birthday. I was gonna say something, I'm just gonna hold it.
Yeah, I want to
just one chest shot, Fernando. Take one chest shot.
Yeah, I want to wish you happy birthday, man. You know, these don't come easy. You know, they come often, but they don't come easy. So happy birthday, man, and you know, enjoy it, live it up.
I appreciate it, cuz. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
For real.
For sure. I want to say shout out to the cast. Welcome to the family. If anybody needs to have a conversation or talk, I am here for y'all. I'm always about mental health first. After show, we can talk about that at any time. Lex, Fernando, Paul, Phil, anyone that's joined me this season, I appreciate y'all. We talked about RTL. We've done Never Ever Met. So I really do appreciate y'all. We might even talk about Fernando's movie while we wait for the next season. So we might even do that. We do have some interviews coming up. I'm working on Vince, but this Sunday at 1 p.m., I'm interviewing Ashanti. So stay tuned for that. I know the chat's going to be fire. If anything else, I'm going to say life is short. If you are here, if you can hear my voice, I appreciate you. You know, every day is not promised. So if you do have a day that you can breathe, enjoy that day. And with that, I guess, thanks for rocking with us, man. I can't do enough to show my appreciation for all y'all, you know. So we'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a good night.
All right, good night, y'all.
Y'all be safe out there. Adios, amigos.